Hello, you beautiful internet you, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Careful Cantrip, where a group of friends from coast to coast do their absolute best to get lost in dungeons and run away from dragons. As always, I am your host in ever-loving universe, and these warriors of the dice beside me are my players. Guys, you already know what to do. Give some love to the trippers out there, would you?
Oh, hey guys, what's up? Fancy seeing y'all here.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
We would have invited you guys, but like.
All right, fair enough.
That's it. That's all we got to say.
First and foremost, guys, we have a huge announcement. I'm not running tech anymore. See, these are my hands. I'm not doing anything. Everybody in chat, please say, throw some hearts to Mudcat right now, please. Our producer extraordinaire. Round of applause. Things have not broken yet. My God. Woo.
And he's mad handsome.
Mad handsome.
Like insane.
Like, think of me and Bobby combined and then make it way better.
Trust me, you would.
Yeah. And
You
also,
would.
thank you so much for the hype train. Appreciate all of you. Thank you. But before we get started for the evening, I am going to turn it over to none other than the wonderful and lovely Nate to take it away for us.
Oh, geez, Dave, you shouldn't have. Hey guys, it's me, Nate. Came to thank you all for the dang old good response on Patreon. Man, did you guys see this shit? We launched a Patreon, and everybody's loving it. We're doing a bunch of behind-the-scenes content. We're going to have new stuff up there this week, including some things going on tonight. So I wanted to give some shout-outs, and once I remember how to look up the shout-outs, we're going to do that, Dave. But in the meantime, just go ahead and head over to Patreon, guys, if you want to check it out.
Our big shout-outs for the evening, none other than B-Town. Thank you so much for the Eldritch Warrior tier, or Warlock tier, as well as OG. Thank you so much for the Blue Champion tier. My God, you guys are beautiful.
Thank you. Huge. Really supports the show. Everything you guys do, we can't thank you enough. So head on over and check us out there, man.
You got us mad bricked up, y'all.
Thanks, Bob.
Bricks on bricks on bricks. With that
So,
said,
Freda, what do you got for us?
Me? Hold on. We missed somebody because we have 3 people that we need to shout out. So, Nate, you fucking look that up right now, and I'll do my thing. Okay, everybody, guess what? It's my turn. You know what that means? I get to read your comments that you all left. So if you're watching now and it's Sunday, make sure you leave a comment down below, and then I'll read it at the top of next episode, and then you'll see it in the future. It's crazy how it all works. So I'm going to kick us off. We had a lot of comments on this episode. I'm not going to get through all of them. I love you all, though. So we've got kicking us off, Con. I'm so glad we have such talented supporting actors for Jeremy's story. We've got a comment from H. Kristen. All of the characters and their families are so great. Oh, thanks, Kristen. We've got a good old friend, Mira Lunar Lunitian. So sorry, we need to work that out.
You got it.
Looking forward to this new fairy tale, season. Smiley face. So are we. We got Bali. So excited to see what's in store. Fantastic start to the campaign, everyone. We've got Forge of Lore. Congrats on campaign 3, friends. Excited to see where this goes. I'm scrolling. Oh, our friends that we met on TikTok, but there are other places too. Hexplorers, D&D. Congratulations on the start of the new campaign. So excited to learn more about Neverwyr and be along for the adventure. We got a comment from Charlotte. I'm so excited for this. Hookah Man, so anyone want to place a bet on how long it takes for a cloaca to become a plot point?
Not long. The answer is not long.
Once Bobby
It's
can learn
been
that
planned.
wild shape.
It's been
Yeah.
planned.
God, I hadn't even thought about that.
We got another comment from Kristen in an interesting way of spelling it, which I like. I'm both excited and terrified. With young PCs, this could either go the way of Harry Potter, where the adventurers face perils but come out stronger and roughly unscathed, or this could go Scourging of the Shire, followed by Hunger Games, where the protagonists lose their cozy safe homes in a disaster, and then slowly we see the young protagonists picked off one by one in a cruel, uncaring world.
That's probably.
Guys, don't give Dave ideas. He doesn't need any more.
Yes, give them all to me.
I will be the girl on fire.
Then we've got another comment that's important from Mira Lunician that noticed the pun. Star Tier Valley, actually village, I think. That's a multi-layered name, both a reference to the game and start here, the starting point of a campaign.
That person gets inspiration, by the way.
Yeah. Someone wrote, Jeremy is definitely the Pokemon Lechonk. I agree. Matt says, love the way the DM set the stage for the campaign. We got D&D with me, Jeremy for King. And that's all we got time for today, folks. Love you all. And I'm going to swing it back to Nate because I feel like he probably has the names of which we will shine in gold.
Hey, Raina, so funny thing on that.
Mm-hmm.
We're new at Patreon.
Yeah.
But you come back to me here in like a few minutes and
Are
I swear
you
I'll have this thing figured out.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what the menu is. It's tough. There's like a membership thing, but it's not the membership thing you want.
Okay,
Anyway.
okay. Dave, go. I'm looking.
There's the menu on this thing. Oh my god.
How does buttons?
Okay.
I can't hear Dave. I don't know.
Oh,
what
I
chat
found
can.
it. The other person we need to shout out is Cross the Streams. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Raina. You got it. Cool.
So sorry. We're the worst.
Thanks, Cross. Hey, you know what? I got it just now. Thank you, Cross. Peace out. And
It'll be
OG,
smoother
guys.
next week, y'all.
Also, yeah. Now that we know buttons.
Dave, you're
Dave,
muted.
In ping.
Can't hear you, big guy.
He's working on his miming. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Pressing buttons.
Oh, his buttons
I'm
also
sorry, I was
striking
pressing
again.
buttons. I was trying to figure things out. We're new to all of this, guys. So for those of you who have come and joined us on Patreon, thank you so much. If you're looking for a link for that, want to help us out, use !CCP right now in chat, and it'll take you to a magical far-off realm where you too can be a member of Careful Cantrip Platinum.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so with that said, we do have a couple quick other announcements for the evening. First and foremost, for those who have already seen it, we are giving another giveaway this week. The giveaway by our friends over at Mithril Armory. Actually, I have one of them right here. Ooh, ooh.
Show 'em how it opens.
Hopefully it's going up on screen right now. A beautiful little dice box, nice and leathery. Because I mean,
Yeah, look at that.
Every dungeon master loves their leather. Am I right? And it's a cool little dice tower at the same time. You can see inside. See, you just stick your finger in there and it comes out the other side. Woo! Amazing. Thank you once again for Mithril Armory.
Dave.
Well, I mean, listen, until we can get Adam and Eve, that's the best I can do. Okay, Bobby? Jesus Christ. Use !point roll in chat right now, and you could be entered to win. We're giving it away at the end of the episode. No cost to you, my friends. That's what giveaway means. Next up, speaking of our sponsors, of course, we have our campaign sponsors for the entirety of the campaign. The lovely Great Gromar, a lovely bunch who do amazing minis, which you may or may not see tonight. We'll see how far we get with all of that. Use !GG in chat right now, and you can get brought over to their Instagram or Patreon or whatever the hell I said it to. But you know how it goes. Last but certainly not least, it's come up in a few of my private chats. Y'all have been asking about what's happening with channel points. Are we doing channel points this season? Where are they? DM Dave, tell us what's happening. The fact of the matter is that we're waiting. We're sitting on them a little bit for right now so that we can introduce them during the overall story. So you'll see a couple in there now, but we will be expanding on that as the story progresses and we get to those points. So keep your eye on it, keep your ears listening to it or something along those lines. And hey, we'll get to that as soon as we possibly can. Aside from that, I don't have any other announcements. Is there anything else I need to announce or anything else I need to do?
Nope.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Bobby, you are very, very handsome and or pretty.
Oh, we're gonna start with lies today. Okay.
You know that's
Guys, I don't think it's
entirely
gonna work
their
out.
job is to
I don't
lie
think
to
it's
us,
going to work
right?
out with Beck, y'all. I don't seem to understand how it works around here.
Well, I guess with that said, what perfect time. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you heard that, maybe you didn't. I guess we'll find out. So
gross.
We're all going to be thinking about it.
you're all grounded. Every single one of you are
I did
absolutely
nothing.
grounded.
It was Bobby. It was fully Bobby.
That's everybody heard Bobby. Everybody heard Bobby. Got to get quicker with it this time, Bobby.
Don't worry, they didn't. We're good.
We're learning. We're learning as we go.
Now you all get to think about it.
Okay, let me just make sure my music. Oh, wait. I'm so used to just saying I need to check the music, but this is all brand new to me. So, when we last left our heroes, our story began in a quaint little village called Startier, a nexus of commerce situated in the southern expanse of the Emerald Empire, dotted somewhere between the Emerald City and Seesaw Harbor, where the threads of destiny began to weave around 6 individuals. An acolyte to Sleeping Beauty, learning more about the gifts granted to her by the celestial dream weaver named Rune. Her twin brother Barrick, a wild man at heart that wants nothing more than to forge his own destiny. A young halfling, or known in these lands as a munchkin, named Minnie, tired of the mundane life on a farm, that wants nothing more than a big adventure. A strong and competent wild named Vea, whose will is as strong as her discipline, dedicated to the sword. The friendly foreigner Al, who cares more about the hopes and dreams of their companions than their own. And the lovable wild Keelan that wishes to stand out from the crowd and do right by his family's heritage. And while still in the early days of heroing, these companions are ready to take on whatever the world throws at them. Starting with a simple quest given to them by a local barkeep, Scratch, to retrieve a case of rare wine from a wharf not far from their village. And with gear on their back, wishes in their hearts, and heads held high, our heroes began their journey. Now where that will take them, only time will tell. And so, our story continues. It's been roughly 4 hours of trekking through the hot forest in the hot day sun. As you continue on the forest path, the air is thick with the scent of sun-warmed pine needles. The sun filters through the dense canopy, creating a mosaic of muddied shadows on the ground. The air is filled with the gentle rustling of leaves overhead as the breeze weaves its way through the treetops. In the distance, a cheerful chirping of cicadas creates a soundtrack to the serene scene. In one direction, you hear the unique caw of a quill-beaked raven starting as a deep, resonant croak, before transforming into a long harmonic tone like that of a pan flute. In the opposite direction, the cheery chirps of a moss-hide squirrel, as if the two were wishing each other a good day. And while the scene sounds like a blissful afternoon, it is far from it. As it was said, it's been 4 hours of constant trekking through the blistering sun, The thick canopy weighs the heat down in humidity. Each of you drenched with sweat and panting. Your feet are sore. Your backs are tired. You're hungry. And one more bite from a bell nibbler, and you think you might lose your mind. And just as you feel like your feet can't take another step without giving up to the forest floor, a new sound hums. The familiar sound of fresh, cool water lapping against some nearby stones. Carefully stepping over an exposed root of a Selborn tree and pushing a few of its long magenta-colored vines out of the way, the path turns and you stumble across a sight of true beauty. A small clearing where a crystal-clear pond reflects the sun's rays like a mirror. The sweet fragrance of blooming wildflowers on the bank fill your nostrils. As you step into the clearing, you immediately feel the relief of the soft, thick carpet of grass, a warm welcome from the hard-trodden path. You watch as a swarm of crystal flies flit around the pond's edge. The shimmering swarm of tiny crystalline insects create a dazzling display of lights on the water's surface. A cool breeze carries a subtle mist from the pond, causing a cool, tingling sensation on your skin. A much, much needed relief.
Is there a cliffside overlooking the lake?
The pond is in a clearing.
Clearing, so no, okay.
In the forest, yeah.
Is there a tree near the pond?
There are, as you look around, you can see that the exterior of the small clearing is winded completely with trees, a few of them hanging over top of the pond proper, a few with large branches that seem to stick out over top of the pond itself.
Oh, thank God. And, Barrick's gonna start climbing the tree, and you just see articles of clothing start to fall to the base of the tree. He's climbing up.
Oh, please continue. Wherever you're going with that.
Oh, yeah, we're all watching.
Y'all
with
aren't
bated
coming
breath.
in? What is it? All right.
I'll look at Rune. Why does he always do this? It's so weird.
I don't know. I think it's sort of like he just wants to connect with nature, so he gets naked all the time. But I don't know. That's my best guess.
It's so I can feel alive. Jumps.
Rocketing off the branch, going into a bit of a swan dive before tucking into a cannonball. You watch as Barrick comes splashing down in the center of the pond. A massive wave kicks up all around.
As the wave... Oh, sorry.
Rune would like to, wherever Vea is standing, grab her by the hand and pull her and try and jump with her into the lake.
Wait. No.
It'll be fun. Just come with me. It'll be fun.
Ah! Being dragged along. She'll be upset that her clothes are getting wet as she wades into it with you. Oh, it's cold. Oh my gosh.
It's not. It's just a mind over matter thing. So now just close your eyes and imagine that you're on a beach somewhere. Feels a lot warmer.
That's
What?
not how it works. Just because I pictured in my brain that we're in a beach, we're not. We're in a pond. Are you okay?
I'm totally fine because in my mind, I'm on a beach right now. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. And then Rune will splash Vea.
Seeing this, I would like to do like the big, like where you cup both your hands and you just try to do the massive tidal wave.
Oh, shoot.
Actually, no. I'm going to counter that. I'm just going to tackle Rune and try to dump her head underwater.
Oh, shit.
Just fox pounce across. Ah! Seeing that I'm now soaking wet, I'm fully committing to this.
As you feel yourself get dunked underneath the water, Ruin, It is, in fact, very cool, but a gentle reprieve from the otherwise hot day sun. As you immediately push your head back up for air, you already look over to see your brother Barrick, who seems to be flat on his back, simply floating along.
Oh, okay.
I like to think like a frog is using me as a lily pad right now.
For censorship
Perfectly
reasons.
covering
there
the-
is-
yeah.
Censorship reason.
Yeah.
If anybody wanted to make that art, think of like the Statue of David, but more frogs.
It's also cold in the pond, so don't judge.
It is a tadpole, let's be honest.
Oh,
Rune will just sort of smile and wink at Vea and say, "That's the spirit. Now you got it." She'll turn to everyone else and say, "Come on in."
Vea
Oh,
will
I've
be
been-
standing here looking like drenched.
Like just
Ghost of the
matted
lake.
fur.
Yeah.
upset animal. just-
Come join us. It's super fun.
Oh no, you're not getting me in there with the naked guy. Once he jumped in, that just became a giant cup of naked guy soup. I'm okay.
Oh, I didn't think of that. You didn't pee in
It's
here,
just
did you,
soup.
Barrick?
Mm-hmm.
It's all natural.
Aw.
It's just still
Mini-
floating.
Minnie
Fair.
has been like
Suddenly a small
gargling the
fountain
water,
begins in front of Barrick.
Oh, Minnie. Oh no, Minnie.
and she now stops upon hearing
Aw.
the naked guy
Aw.
soup.
Minnie, it's okay. It's not real. Just come in. It'll be fun.
Get me out. Help Minnie. Help me out. I want out of the piss pond right now.
As Minnie stops and sort of hears Rune sort of like calling out, Keelan hasn't paid attention to anything that's going on because we've been walking for a long time without paying any attention to Rune or Barrick or anything like that. You can see Keelan's a little bit further away with like a water skin that he's filled up, and he's just drinking, like power chugging the naked man's soup as he's just.
Can lead a horse
I
to
wanna
water.
take it
can make
easy
him
there,
chug, make
Keelan.
him-
And he wipes his lips as he says, "What were y'all talking about?"
Oh, it's nothing, Barrick. It's a
Nothing
nice
at all.
day.
Stay
out, huh?
golden, pony boy.
All right. Well, I'm going to get some wood for a fire then. And I'm going to like fill up another like thing of my water and just cap that, and then put down the little carry bag and go and get some wood for a fire because Vea is wet.
Yes.
We will come back to that in a minute. Minnie, are you in the pond?
Piss pond.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Okay.
in the pond.
Oh,
And Al, are you in the pond as well?
Oh no, hell no.
Okay. What are you doing?
Al's just kind of hanging out on the shore. They're kind of just sitting there in the grass. It's about 10 feet from the edge. They don't want to inhale the fumes.
Okay. For those that are in the water right now, you continue to enjoy the afternoon the best you can as the sun continues to beat down upon all of you. Al watching from the shoreline, they continue to smile and watch as their companions continue to frolic and play. Meanwhile, Keelan, as you begin to look throughout the clearing, looking for more of the firewood, you stumble upon what looks like a tiny cairn. Stacked stones typically used as markers of some kind. The overgrown marker is hidden underneath a thick area of moss. And it seems a few of the stones have been knocked over, revealing the interior that seems to be hollow. And as you give a gentle peek inside, you can see the silhouette of a few small objects tucked away.
Is it bad luck to mess with like fairy cairnstone type thing? Is there like any superstition that I should know about,
Make a history check for me.
I will do so.
The first history check.
That is a history check of an 18.
An
Hey.
18.
All right.
Where you've seen these along in some of your travels in the past, there's never been any superstition or lore or any kind of warning that says not to touch one.
All right. I'll put the sticks down, and I'll peer inside, just making sure that there's no critters or bitey things in there before I dive my hand in and try to retrieve whatever is concealed.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Queer. That is a 0.
A 0. Fair enough.
Keelan's like, looks good to me.
Everything looks absolutely fine. There is nothing to be afraid of within there at all.
Yeah.
Definitely not a Trask.
If there was something in there, why would it be called a hollow?
Oh, okay.
Solid logic.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree entirely.
Yep. I'll lay down on the grass and sort of stick my hand in to where the opening is, and I'm gonna do it so that my head's like pointing upwards because obviously I have my large horse muzzle. So just trying to like get as deep as I can to like root around and try and grab what I can and just pull it back out.
Okay. As you begin to fish around inside of it, you feel what seems to be 3 different items within there.
Oh, is it like choosing my favorite Pokemon? Oh, I want Bulbasaur.
Yeah, this is where everybody gets their starter.
Yes.
Sick.
All right. I feel like I'm playing Blind Man's Bluff. Okay, so what texture do I feel from these 3 objects? Like, are
Absolutely.
they metal? Are they wood?
Yeah, so the first object that you feel for seems to be a cloth pouch of some kind. You can feel a strange, tiny ball-shaped objects within it. No more than probably the size of your knuckle. Continuing to reach over to the other side, you feel a very smooth surface. And as you do, you can feel it slightly comes apart a little bit. The texture is hard and hard to put a name to it. Lastly, you feel what feels to be a cool metal object that seems to not have any sharp edges and 4 corners on it.
Okay, I'm going to go for the first object, the thing with multiple smooth, kind of ballish sort of shapes.
Okay.
And I'll try and pull that out.
Okay. As you scurry around a little bit, pulling out from within the cairn, you find a pouch that seems to be of just a very typical fabric. The color seems to just be an off-brown or off-white brownish color. Clearly, it hasn't been dyed or anything along those lines in terms of the presentation for it.
If it's a string, I'll just kind of unwind this string and open it up and take a peer and see what's inside.
Okay. As you look inside, a little bit of a look of shock graces upon your face. You've heard about these objects from some of your relatives, being hunter-gatherers themselves. You see what you could swear is a small pouch of eternicorns, tiny acorns that are rumored to be able to grow into ancient trees. And after growing for 1,000 years, the eternitrees are said to retain the memories of the entirety of the surrounding area.
That's so cool, Dave.
Whoa. All right. Oh, this is something for a druid. Well, it's mine now. I'll reach in for the actually, can I lift the stone to expose these things? Like, is it too heavy?
No, you should be able to lift it. It's not a very large cairn at all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll just move the stone out the way.
Okay. As you begin to move some of the roughly football-sized stones, you do get a glimpse into the interior. The other object that you were reaching in for looks like the bleached bones of a long-dead woodland creature. And the last, a small, now matted flask.
Well, I mean, what are the creature bones? Do I recognize the creature? Is it like a squirrel or?
Make a nature check for me.
Let's do it! All the checks! And by the way, I want to point out every one of the checks you've asked me for, my actual score is a -1 too.
I made sure that this was specifically for you, Dag. I learned from the best.
I'm glad. I got a 7 on my nature check.
7. The small bones, you could tell it's some type of small woodland creature. Could be a moss-eyed squirrel, could be a stoneback badger. Very difficult to tell. It has been here for quite some time.
Okay, I'll leave the bones to rest. I'll I won't bother them. But I will take the flask, and I'll begin to head back to the group, calling out, "Oi, Al, I found some stuff."
As you reach in and grab for the flask, you can see there's not really any markings on it, save for a few that seem to be etched in. You're not sure what these markings are.
I'm gonna quickly rub the flask and try to clear off some of the gunk and grime to sort of see if I can read the markings.
You continue to rub off as much as the dirt and soot that have gathered on this flask, revealing as much of the etchings as possible. What languages do you know?
I know the following languages, and they're good languages too.
Okay.
I know the languages. Common.
Mm-hmm.
And
Horse.
I say nay, good sir. I say nay.
I say the nay, yes. I'm trying to figure out where on Thingo. Oh, here we go. I have no additional languages.
Okay, fair
Really?
enough. You
I know
have
some
no
good languages.
idea what this language is then.
Yep.
As you're
I
kind of
speak
going
horse.
over it, Keelan, Al's gonna come up. He's like, "This isn't gonna be like the time that you called me over to see something cool, and then you said it wasn't poop, and I knew it was poop, but I ate it anyway."
It was poop, and I'm pretty sure it was Barrack's poop. But no. This time, I found some of these, and I hold up the bag of Eternicorns, which I totally didn't think were a bag of tiny unicorns, and I.
We all
Oh.
do.
Me too.
Throw a handful at someone.
and the flask. Someone put a rock on these perfectly good things. But
That's pretty cool. I mean, they got some bits and bobs. Did you ever think that maybe someone uses this as a stash and might be coming back for it?
well, I thought that, but there's also this dead thing in there. So what I think happened was, right, there was this guy walking around, just minding their own business. Then suddenly this little badger squirrel thing runs up their leg. They panic, right? And they wham hit it with this big rock. And in the confusion have dropped some stuff, just onto the floor. And then proceeded to drop more rocks onto it, like creating the layer effect of, as it was when I found it before I toppled it.
We all know various rodents explode into loot, so maybe that happened as well.
Oh, that's true. Happened to my uncle. Once they found one of those tiny little Wolverine type things, and it exploded, and all of a sudden there was a recipe for Wolverine stew that just emerged from their body.
Crazy as shit. How do they do that? So, what do you see, Dag? I will say, can I see the runes that we were talking about on the objects that Dag had when he was trying to read? I forget which object it was. Had the
You absolutely see the flask. Yeah. This is a very typical small metal flask with no identifying marks other than what's scratched in the front.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, Al's gonna. Would you say it is a language, Dave?
From
Or is it just like a
No, what you can tell, there's some methodology behind these carvings. Doesn't seem to be just random scratches. They are purposely put there. What languages do you know,
Yeah.
Al?
So the cool thing, Al is actually going to take this time to cast our first spell of the campaign.
Ooh, which one is it going to be? Is it going to be a good one? I hope it's
gonna be
counter
Greek.
spell.
Comprehend languages. Something that we exactly need for this kind of
Hell yeah!
Fine, all right.
Yeah.
I called the right
Kinda works
person.
out. I do have the Fey
Alright.
Touch feat here, so it's kind of nice. It allows me to read or listen to any language that I do not know. I must be touching the surface. Takes about 1 minute to read about a page of text. So
Now,
Al's
where, youngling, where did the Fae touch you? It's okay. We're all friends here.
that's something we'll get into later. You know,
Okay,
it's a
all right.
whole
That's
story
that's
about
that's
home,
that's that's
you know,
that's
100%
Al's character arc. I get
sensible,
it.
don't worry.
Okay.
Fun thing is I touch myself. It's a crazy thing. Anyway. But yeah, I was
So
going.
what does it say on the
kinda,
flask?
Save that for your like personal diary afterwards, okay?
So as
David and I are the
as
kids at the back of the class.
as you cast comprehend languages, Keelan, you watch as Al's eyes begin to glow slightly.
As they do, Al's gonna be like, he's kind of like, almost like, "Ugh." Oh, I guess it kind of works that way. He's gonna pick up the flask and read it.
Okay. As you look down at it, you suddenly realize that this language is Sylvan. And it does have a word directly etched into it. The word reads Daisy.
I think it belonged to someone named Daisy. At least that's what it says on the flask.
As you kind of tilt it around, Al, you begin to hear the clinking inside of it, like small metal objects within it. Very similar to the sound of coins in a jar.
Yeah, hand it over. Keelan sort of stops eating the Eternicorns as he's like just been snacking on them while he's watching. Takes the.
Oh, you're gonna die.
I mean,
It's like
they're
eating
acorns.
watermelon seeds.
Eating?
You can eat acorns.
Eating the acorns?
You can eat acorns. Acorns are edible.
The
Don't
special
eat them
ones
all.
that grow into the special big trees?
I mean, all like acorns grow into big trees. I mean,
Dag.
I'm gonna open the flask as thunk if I can.
Okay. As you open the lid to pour out its interior, nothing seems to come out. When suddenly a hard blow of air starts to spout from the mouth of the flask, it whooshes out and then slows for a moment. You both hear a small whistling noise like something stuck at the other end of the mouth, when finally you hear a sound of a pop before a gust of air stops completely. All is still for a moment, until a soft echo rings out the entirety of the clearing. Oopsie. Now,
Who said
for
that?
all of you, you've heard tales and legends before, but they've never been more than just children's tales. Born from the laughter of playful sprites and the glint of a pixie's eye, the Oopsie is an elusive fey creature standing no taller than a human hand when it's in its corporeal form, albeit rare to ever actually see one. An Oopsie is said to have a curious nature, seeking out moments of distraction and amusement. Its ability to manipulate minor illusions and create harmless pranks make it a mischievous entity. Oopsies are known to be drawn to those who seek adventure, adding just a touch of chaos to their journey without causing any real harm. The good news is that they can only be summoned. The bad news is we have no ability to stop it from being summoned. To the chat, Starting the next session, chat will now have the ability to summon one Oopsie during each episode through channel points.
Oh,
Each time an
no.
Oopsie is summoned,
I knew
He did
it.
He
I
did
knew it.
each time an Oopsie is summoned, players will be gifted with a bit more chaos to the game. Which PC it will be determined based on a test. And the first test is test for those that are in the water right now. The last person to show me something that is either red or green will be the victim of today's Oopsie.
Well, where's
Oh!
my green screen?
All right. Unfortunately, Vea, it looks like you
I got out of the water. Remember?
you were in the water though.
Shh, you asked me to take you out of the water, but I didn't.
I will never forget that.
I was going to.
It's like one of the Telltale games. Becca will remember this.
I
Oh
don't have
my
to think about this. I did the little like wiping the sweat from my brow, thinking this was not my problem. All right,
Oh
bring
my
it.
God.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready. Let's do this. Abandon playing by yourself at the small end of the pond pool. It's fine.
This is actually perfect because it's like a rite of passage, really.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it is.
Tiny laughter rings out as the water begins to quake a little bit. A mist begins to cyclone around the surface, being bled by an unseen force, quickly turning into a small fog over top of the pond. The wind suddenly crashes, causing the fog to fall and drift across the water. Vea, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 3.
Whoa, that was crazy.
Oh my god.
That
Mine
was
will.
weird.
Wow.
Ow.
As the fog suddenly starts to fade away, Al, Keelan, you continue to watch the pond's edge. And as it clears, you begin to see your companions still playing in the water, albeit a little confused. There's Minnie, there's Barrick, there's Rune, and there's
Chasing
what
Jeremy in the
you
water.
believe to be Vea. Who no longer looks like Vea, as she seems to have been polymorphed into that of an alpaca.
Nice.
Vea, you still have the full ability to speak. All of your stats remain the same. And the effects will last until sunset. But you are now in the visage of an alpaca.
Vale.
Ow.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Is that me or is that a llama in the water there?
That's yeah, they always look like that.
Oh, okay.
Vale looks down and sees her reflection, and in a moment you just see like a quick stomping of all 4 hooves and a quick turning of her head. What is this? What is this? And she'll charge out of the water quickly. What am I? And she'll kind of create a big of a fuss as she parades around as if she could outrun this new skin that she's wearing. Get it off! Get it off! Get it off!
You all watch
Vea.
as now Alpaca Vea runs back and forth, just completely panicked, screaming, "Get it off, get it off," as more and more water seems to splash out from the thick, thick fur underneath.
Al's gonna kind of come up to Vea, but he's gonna be doing it like as a whoa, hey, come on now, come on.
Did
Hey,
you do
calm
this?
down.
Is this
Damn.
magic?
No.
I throw the vase like into the bush.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. Craziest thing.
Could have been anything
Maybe
at
it
all.
was the pond.
We have no clue
maybe
how
the
this.
water. Maybe it was Barrick's pee. I bet you a druid pee. Maybe it turned him
Druid
into-
pee. I've heard about these sorts of
Druid
things.
pee. It was druid pee, 100%.
In that long neck, you just see me like switch around, like trying to find Barrick. Your eyes narrow. I would like to charge at Barrick. You undo this curse right now.
Eric is still just floating along the surface of the pond with a lily pad acting like an eye mask as he's snoring.
can just see this running into the water. Back! An angry llama. Alpaca.
Yeah.
He managed to like poke one eye out of like the lily pad as you crash into it.
Another loud splash rings out from the pond as once again Ruin and Minnie both feel a wave of cool water splash over top of them.
I just want to constantly take my front hooves and keep dunking. Like I'm pouncing on him. Like, every time he surfaces, I push him back under. Undo this stupid curse right now.
Somebody give me my staff.
I'll look at Rune. Can we stop them?
I think it's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Between you and me, I don't think it was Barrick's pee. He's done this a lot before, and I haven't been an alpaca, so.
Probably not. He's like a water trampoline.
You're like, oh, Barrick's peed in this. Who cares?
Right, yeah, it's adorable.
God, now I wish
all
I
the
had
time.
magic pea. It'd be so cool. I have a new favorite superpower.
Oh, dear Lord in heaven. All right, so after a while, Vea, you begin to tire out, having repeatedly dunk Barrick's head under the water.
Very slowly on all fours, like kind of emerges from the pond and just collapses onto the
Little hoof print.
rests his face in the nice cool mud.
I'll collapse next to you in my alpaca form. It's fine. This has got to be temporary. I look fantastic. I can see more. This is fine. This is okay.
You've never been taller.
She kind of looks at you.
And you know,
I was gonna be like,
technically-
is what I said to her, Keelan, back at town, the tall lady. That's exactly what I said to them.
Yeah, no, I remember that. That was very much a thing. And plus, also, your clothes, they're now part of your alpaca thing, and they're not wet anymore. So that's a positive. You're not wearing dripping wet clothes anymore.
No,
Don't
but
get
now
there
I have
from the
wet
water to
alpaca fur. How am I
Don't
gonna
worry,
get
Vea.
dry?
When it dries, you're gonna be so fluffy. I sleep with the alpacas in the barn all the time.
And plus, you did a dominance play on Barrick, and now they fear you.
Am I gonna have
Yeah.
to live with your
Stay along.
alpacas in the barn?
It's not
I
that
mean, you
bad.
might make
They
new
don't smell as
friends.
bad as the sheep.
Would you like some acorns?
I would like to. You're offering me.
Yeah.
I would like to spit. I'm doing the classic alpaca spit at Keelan at this moment.
Would you like
Yeah.
some acorn?
No, Jesus Christ! Oh, why does it burn?
Feeling a little bit better with your new spitting ability, Vea. You suddenly realize, well, as long as it's temporary, at least you can spit pretty far.
That's right.
You, my
When
friend.
I dry and I get fluffy, it'll be fine, and I'll go back to normal because I won't have this stupid pea pond on me anymore.
As you feel yourself calm down, feeling your mental faculties return, you feel a little bit clearer, a little bit better. And you, my friend, have been gifted initiative on your next skill check.
Nice.
Nice.
How am I
Initiative.
gonna wield
Yeah.
a sword with an
Advantage?
alpaca body?
No, she's
Did
been
you
given
say that?
initiative on her next skill check. Okay.
Did I say initiative? Sorry, I meant inspiration.
No, it is
Oh, okay.
initiative on the next skill check,
Inspiration.
which
My
means
apologies.
It is the fastest skill check in the world.
Right.
It will be. Fastest. Yeah, exactly.
Vea,
How am I
did you
gonna
see that my
fucking-
pea did that? Cool.
I'm so sorry, Beck. I don't know if this is what you signed up for, but I'm so sorry.
It's fine. You see Bea stand up on all fours again, a little sniffle, and the angry look on her face. It's fine. I guess I'll just carry the wine back for all of us. This is a new pack horse.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, you should be carrying Al, because you're an alpaca.
Oh, I see what you did there because of my name.
Hey, you see what I did there? That was.
Pretty
Oh,
good. I
sorry,
like
I'll
that
make a
one.
fire. My bad. I go and try and make a fire. I try not to. I do not look at this alpaca directly in the eyes.
She will not move. I don't care if it takes you 10 minutes or 30 minutes. I am going to be unmoving and trying to blink as little as possible as a statue. Watch you.
just sweat putting out the fire as I'm trying to keep it.
Barrick's gonna use that opportunity to get away from Vea.
All right. As
Runa will switch out with Barrick, and she'll sit next to Vea, and she'll say, "You know, I mean, you could just look at the bright side of things. I mean, how many opportunities do people get to try out being something different than they are? Maybe you should see what you can do with an alpaca. Maybe you can fly. You never know."
It's
In
super
the
unimpressed.
Slowest turning of heads, she will look at you. Just because you thought Jeremy could fly does not mean any animal can fly, Rune.
How do you know if you haven't tried?
Look, hey, Rune, maybe you should help me over here with this thing. We're gonna help get some smaller wood to help the bigger fire. Come on, I'll show you how to do it. Come on, Rune.
Let me just try to fly. I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna suddenly be not only an alpaca, but a flying alpaca. This is a brilliant idea. You just see the unraveling of Vea in this moment. Your attempts to calm her down and convince her she's a flying alpaca.
As Al's pulling her away, she's having a moment. Rune will try and just pet her on the forehead before she...
But it's like
she's gonna kill you.
I've been demoted to party pets already. I'm gonna take a page from Jeremy's book and try to bite you.
Nice.
You treat me like Jeremy, I'm gonna act like a Jeremy. Okay.
all right, go ahead and make a melee attack for me.
No one said Druids had to be good with
Like
animals.
not actually hurt, like a snap. It's just a snap. So it's an 8.
An 8. Unfortunately, Al pulls her away right at the last second as you snap at her. Clearly upset, you suddenly notice another beginning to make their way over to you, Vea, as Jeremy comes over and nuzzles up beside your one of your front feet and looks up with a little bit of a smile before he sits down in a typical pig pose beside you.
Jeremy loves alpacas.
Cannon.
Don't you, Jeremy?
Oink, 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 oink.
Here, I have something that might make you feel better. I go into my bag and I root through a bunch of crap and then I pull out like a broken brush. I'm just going to start like brushing her soothingly.
Oh my God.
In a resigned effect, you see Vea just kind of slump down next to Jeremy. And I'm going to close my eyes and just focus on the brushing. Like you help brush my hair anyway in normal situations. Like we've done that. You've helped me and you help me braid my hair. I'm just going to pretend like this is back when I was normal and this is another girl
Minnie is
session.
totally the hair brushing type. Yeah.
No, because I don't mind. You are rough with the knots. That's okay. You're just you pull at it. I'm just gonna fine. Thank
It'll
you.
all be over soon. Plus, I bet you that you're still really strong as an alpaca.
Thank you. You know
It doesn't
that
make
means
you
a
any
lot to me.
less coolest, strongest alpaca I know, that's for sure. And she's just like stroking away.
Right. If I'm gonna be an alpaca, I'm gonna be the best alpaca there is.
Yeah, you are. I'll give her like props.
Yeah. Could Vea grip the sword in their teeth? And then like alpaca's sweet like sword moves?
I guess we'll find out at some point.
Right?
As Minnie sits trying to comfort Vea, or alpaca Vea, About an hour goes by as you get the fire roaring, all of you able to warm up, dry off, get a little bit of food inside of your bellies before it's about time to continue to make your way down to the wharf. As you all gather your things, you continue your travels, and the day begins to cool as the sun is no longer in its zenith. Your best guess, it would be roughly about 3:30, 4 o'clock at this point. During the second half of your trek, you see more of the same. Towering trees, woodland critters that run as soon as they are spotted, and more calls from crickets, cicadas, and crows. But after another hour of travel, the trees become more sparse, and the path widens, and the sound of distant waves beckon. Not long after the forest begins to fall away, it's replaced by the sight of hypnotic dance of thick, white-capped waves. For those of you who have never seen the Siren Sea before, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. An endless expanse of sapphire blue. The horizon stretches infinitely as sky meets sea, and the sun casts its golden embrace. The air itself carries a salty breeze, teasing the senses and leaving the taste of the ocean on your lips. Large gulls of blue and yellow glide gracefully above, their calls echoing across the vastness. Their trills, accompanied by the low hums of the waves, create a symphony that captivates the soul and lingers in one's hearts forever. And in that moment, as you stand on what you would guess as the edge of the world itself, the Siren Sea becomes more than a physical expanse. It becomes a metaphor for the boundless possibilities that life holds. A moment that leaves an undeniable mark on the tapestry of your memories. And joining you on the edge is a rickety stone and wooden wharf that stretches about 100 feet into the blue. While the remnants of old buildings scatter across the shoreline, only one remains. Not a large, but also not a small building either. Its weathered stone walls hold an old thatch roof now covered in moss. An old wooden or arched door stands guard in front of a mostly covered flagstone path that splits and continues down towards the docks. You see a goat that grazes in the front yard and takes note of your arrival. It tilts its head slightly and gnaws on the grass at the sight of a new visitor, particularly eyeing Vea, but quickly returns to its midday lunch. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I'm not going up to the door. What do you want me to knock with? My head?
I mean, you could.
No. No.
Could I do it? Could I do it? I've been working on my my official knock. You know, it's you know a bit of one of these, and you know the puffed out. You've got to see it. It's really impressive.
Hey, let the kid shine. Come on, Galen, show us what you got.
Right. I got this. I straighten up my shirt. I make sure my collar's down, and I brush out my hair from all the dust from the road and stuff like that. And as I do so, I'm gonna sort of take a 45-degree angle with my back foot as I push my chest outwards. And as I do so, I'm going to lean forward, and only using my wrist and the knuckles on the midsection of my fingers, I'm going to.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right? I just working. Okay.
It's a good quality knock. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. Keelan starts vibrating. Someone please answer the door. If no one answers, I'm gonna cry.
Wait for a few moments. And then a few more. And then a few more.
It's okay, I'm sure they heard it. It was very rhythmic, It's my first knock.
3 minutes go by.
Fuck.
And still no sign at the door or the windows spotted around the front entrance.
Okay. I'm fine. I just need a minute. I'm gonna move away from the door, and I'm just going to. It's okay. All right,
okay.
For this group.
I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to walk my alpaca ass over to this goat.
Quick, Mud, play Careless Whispers.
I don't speak goat. That's not on my character sheet. But I'm going to look at it. I'm going to stomp a little bit. I'm going to look at the door. I'm going to go, where's the owner of the house? I don't think this will work, but in my brain, I'm like, what? I don't know what. If I don't think I can fly, but maybe I can talk to goats now.
All right. Well, in that case,
got me dreaming big.
That's what she does.
go ahead and make a persuasion check for me, and with advantage, thanks to the gifts of said Chat Trippington.
That's good because I have a -1 for this naturally. Ooh. Okay. Then it's gonna be a 7 or 16. I get the advantage on that.
A 16.
16.
As it eyes you down with its square pupils, gnawing away. Yeah. It looks over to the side path that leads down to the docks and gives a little bit of a head nod. You can't really tell if it's getting the hair out of its face or if it's motioning over, but you would
We're going
assume
through
he's
its emo
trying to
phase.
lead you to something. Yeah, exactly. The goat emo face.
We all have it. Ugh. I'm gonna try. Fine. Keelan, bring your knocking ass over here. That way.
Huh? You can see Keelan sort of like big drip of snot coming out of his nose. Oh god.
Oh.
There's another there's a back guys, there's a back door. There's a back door we can use. We just used the wrong door, so that doesn't count. Doesn't count.
No, Keelan.
Doesn't, you're
Okay.
right.
I really need to know. I'm not sure if this is gonna, help the situation, but I selfishly want to know what your knock was before this knock. Like, this was your level up knock, right? So I'm wondering, what was your other knock?
Yeah, where did it start?
Which one? This is knock mark 50.
Okay,
I mean,
never
the one
mind. I'm sure.
I can show you where it started. It all began when I was a child.
Nope.
And I needed.
Everyone walks away.
I'm gonna go to the back door, and Keelan sort of again 45-degree angle, standing shoulder width apart, chest puffed out, and he leans in with one hand. And he
Eric
stops for a
knocks.
moment.
Right over your shoulder.
Yes.
Very
Sorry,
standard
are you
knock.
guys making your way to the back door? Is that what's happening? I might have missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you do make your way down the cobbled path, it's slightly down an incline. As you circle around the back of the building, its lower half seems to be mostly built into the hillside with larger stones making up the walls. The pathway leads to the place where the wharf meets the shoreline, where a number of old crates and cargo boxes line the walkways. And directly across from the wharf's mouth, a heavier set wooden door sits on the building's back wall. As both Keelan and Barrick begin to make their way up to the door. Sorry, who's knocking first?
So we'll do that scene again. So Keelan, walks up to the door. As he does so, once again, 45-degree angle, legs apart, kind of lifts up his hand, puffs out his chest as he gets ready to knock the door.
And then
as
Barrett
he's
goes
just
over
about
his shoulder and just very standard knock, just very over the situation.
All right.
Keelan is
fair
just
enough.
flabbergasted.
All right. You give a hearty knock, Barrick. But again, no one answers the door. Although Barrick and Keelan, if you could both make a perception check for me.
Sure. Nat 20. Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, well,
For a total of
that's,
24.
that does that. Natural 20, baby. As you listen for the interior, you don't hear any footsteps coming along. However, you do hear the sound of a soothing hum that can be heard coming from the other side of the door.
I think there's definitely someone in there. I'm just gonna jiggle the handle, see if it's unlocked.
Okay. As you begin to jiggle the
No
handle,
fucks given.
you do notice that the heavy door seems to be locked. As you continue to wiggle away, a loud voice booms from behind you, and as you turn in place, you're met with a sight with an older Blowfishian man. His bulbous body gives off somewhat threatening appearance. As the man sucks in more air, his chest grows larger and larger. He wears a ratty sailor's apparel that has clearly seen better days. And in his hand points a rather large harpoon-like crossbow, quickly pointing its tip back and forth to each of you. Now, what do a couple of thieving wood rats want of old Hoodie's homestead,
Keelan, and he's gonna kind of sidestep and put Keelan in front of him.
Right. Okay. Dear sir or madam, we have come from the town of Start here at the behest of Old Scratch in order to acquire a shipment of penny wine from your fine establishment. As for us jiggling the door handle, we were concerned that when there was no response that maybe there was someone in distress, and my friend maybe sort of, tried to get in. But we don't want to steal from you. This fair trade. I don't know, Mr. Hootie, if you know, because Scratch didn't tell us if he actually told you about this thing. But the wine shipment didn't make it. It's. I mean, you probably know this already because it's your wine. This is my first delivery.
I can tell, there, lad. Lowers his harpoon gun. Well, why didn't you say something sooner? You tadpoles could have been pwned. Of course, I got the companion wine. Kept it in me shed right here for safekeeping. He leads you over to a small storage building. Now, where did I put it? He begins to look around at many of the cases. No, that's not that one. Finally, he finds a small crate and blows a bit of dust off the front, revealing a symbol of a feather blowing in the wind. Here it is. There you have it. He begins to hand it over to you, Keelan. So, how long have you known Scratch for?
Oh, well, we've known Scratch for quite a while. We're all from the town of Start here, and Al here, he works actually at the Huff and Puff itself.
Do you now?
Yes, well, we know. Your wine does pretty good there, so we figured Scratch to send us up this time, make sure it gets back okay.
Oh, I promise you this wine here is nothing like you've had in your village for a very long time, if ever.
Okay, I mean, does it still do the same thing wine does, where if they drink it, people get loud and drunk?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what
So-
wine generally does.
I mean, that's really all we're batting for. Yeah, they're not really critics back home.
All right, fair enough. That Scratch, always looking for more to drink. I remember fondly meeting Scratch back in my day. I was a lot younger back then. And Scratch was on leave after he defeated the Talloed Three. And I happened to get himself caught at the tip of his blade. Had I not offered him more rum than he weighed, I'm sure it would have been my end right then and there.
You used to do adventuring with Old Scratch.
I, not necessarily adventuring. I myself, in my younger days, was a bit of a smuggler. I was a member of a group known as the Red Sail. We were the seafaring chapter of the Red Hood Rogues, and we ran the southern shores from Seesaw all the way up to Ellesmere Port. Probably still running the port across the Neverland Isles, if not accounting for taking a poon to the knee.
I sort of like my eyes are fixated on Hootie as I sort of tap Rune on the shoulder, like, you know, like just trying to get their attention. Rune, did you hear? He's a smuggler, he is. That's like the bad boys of the delivery world. Just it's so cool.
I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, definitely cool. I'm happy for you, Keelan.
Say,
Well,
you
got to just, like, you know, sail all around and go, like, wherever you wanted all the time.
far and wide and far. You wouldn't believe the things that I've seen.
It's not as good as you guys would think. Hey, old timer, what did you poop in the whole time?
Well, of course, in my poop bucket.
There it is.
Standard sailor poop bucket.
There it is.
Barrick begins to cry.
What?
That sounds beautiful.
So does Keelan.
Stay. You
What
you
is
folks
happening?
wouldn't be interested in a little bit more adventuring, would you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Make your trip a little bit more profitable.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Keep talking.
Well,
This is how
you
it's,
see, the wine wasn't the only thing that floated by the wharf here. And there's only one Blowfishian that knows where the rest sank, which I would be happy to share the information with anyone willing to split said treasures with me. You see, it seemed that a larger portion of the ship seemed to have broken off. The only reason why the wine was able to make it as far as it did was it was the only thing that seemed to float.
How much of a split?
Well, 50-50 as a good smuggler's deal.
If we're doing all the work?
Well, I'm showing you where the work would be there, lass, if you are a lass. I'm not sure I can't tell the sex of alpacas.
How
Kind of.
about, I have an idea. How about instead of 50-50, 90-10?
You only want 10% of the treasure there, lass. I mean, it
Oh,
seems like
no,
a fair deal
no.
to me then.
No. 90 for us and 10 for you.
Now, let me ask you this beforehand. Allow me, old Hootie, to retort. What exactly is 90% of nothing?
Nothing.
Well,
Very
90%
good.
technically
She's right.
is nothing,
And how
yeah.
much would you have without old Hootie?
Well, I suppose
Hootie,
nothing.
what they're trying to say is you gotta sort of meet us. They'll know with this. Forgive them. Look, Scratch and I, we go way back. You know how he deals. You gotta cut us in for a little bit more. I mean, how about we do, say, 70-30? I mean, it's not like you gotta go far. We're gonna go do most of the work here. We'll bring it back. It's an easy day for you. Who else you gonna get to do this?
He looks to the side for a moment. At least one knows how to put up a wager and negotiate. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me, Al.
We will. With a +5. We rolled a 9.
I'll tell you what.
For a total of 14 or for a total of 9?
For a total of 9.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you what. I'll meet you in the middle. 60-40 split.
I was gonna turn to the gang. He's go. That's probably be the best we get out of this guy.
Deal. I just want to go deep sea diving. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Fine.
Hey, if we're
I have
doing
a question
60-40, you got
first,
any
though.
equipment we can use? We'll bring it back.
What would I need?
He's a real smuggler.
Nah, you make a good point there, Hootie. You don't got any extra rope laying around? Something for us, lung breathers?
Oh, sure, you can have yourself to any of the rope that you find on the dock. There's plenty there.
That'll do it. Now, hey, can we keep the wine here with you? And then we'll come back and get it on the way back?
Aye, you can keep it here with me. Promise not to drink it. Much.
He's gonna drink it.
Excuse me,
Well-
mister?
What do you want there, small one?
Well, just a couple things. First of all, I was just wondering what exactly the treasure is, if you know anything about that. And then also I was wondering, since you're a fish, then why don't you dive in the ocean and get it? Because it just seems like that would be maybe simpler.
Barrick punches Minnie in the arm.
Good question.
Now, the lass has a good question. First off, that's the beauty of treasure. As he kind of puts his arm around you, pulling you in tight, you can smell the distinct odorish smell of an older fish sitting out in the sun for too long, mixed with the ripe, fermented smells of rum.
That's hot.
You see there, lass, the beauty of treasure is you never know what it is until you've got it in your hands. As for old Hootie here, I did take a poon to the fin not long ago. Unfortunately,
Hit
that's
your knee.
stopped me from swimming out too far. I could stay in the shallows, but as soon as it gets too far out there, I'll get pulled by the current. Just don't have the strength anymore.
Oh no.
Okay, thanks for answering all my questions, mister. I'm gonna break free of him because he smells, and I'm just gonna go over to Vea and put my face in her fur and go.
You're an alpaca palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm your emotional support animal. While talking.
I was just trying to get the fish smell out.
Yep. So this is where we try to figure out a way to make this permanent.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Keelan's gonna put down the crate of wine, and say, "All right, well, okay, I'm pretty excited about this. We're going on a treasure hunt, and we're going to deliver the treasure and the fair share to old Hootie. But where exactly is this treasure? I mean, is it going to be far? Or is it going to take a few days? Because we should also be getting back to Old Scratch too, right?"
Oh, it's not a far travel at all. Follow me, lads. And he walks you down to the end of the wharf.
We're not all lads.
Right, lads and alpacas. He continues to walk down to the end of the wharf. As he points out into the water, you see a large rock that seems to pull out or stick out from the center of the water, no more than probably 20 to 30 yards away from the end of the wharf itself. I watched it go down right by that stone there. A little bit of deep sea diving, as they say. I'm sure you're going to be able to find it. So, is it a deal then?
Yes, we'll do it. Do you have something that can help us sink faster?
He looks over to a number of anchors that seem to be sitting on the wharf. I might have a few things for you. Well,
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's just tie each other to anchors and then sink to the bottom and then.
Right.
Easiest way to find them.
Look, Keelan's always looking for a good delivery. I bet if Keelan, you want to get strapped to an anchor and go pick up a package?
You're muted.
Muted.
Yes, I'm
We'll
very
take that as a
excited about
yes.
this.
Just kidding.
I'm very excited about it. I think how many delivery people can say they picked up stuff from the bottom of the sea? Yes, count me in.
all right. Well, I'll leave it with you kids then. You can meet me back towards the house or homestead. I'll be slinking around somewhere. Now, before we go ahead with this, there's something that I need to explain, not only to my players, but possibly to chat. let's talk about how suffocation works. In the good old game of D&D, you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your constitution modifier, okay, to a minimum of 30 seconds. When you run out of breath, you can survive for a number of rounds equal to your modifier. But after those rounds are over, you drop to 0 hit points and immediately start dying, and can't stabilize yourself or heal yourself until you can breathe air again. For example, if you have a constitution modifier of +2, you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. If you start suffocating, you have 2 rounds to reach air before it drops you to 0 hit points.
Okay.
We all good? We all understand? Just looking in your direction, bud?
Yeah, that's fair. No, but it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Hey, I have a question. I don't know much about how alpacas work.
I think they have gills.
Yeah, they can fly and they can breathe underwater.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they can fly. I have gills. Is my fur more like as a flotation device, like as fluffy?
Absolutely not.
Because I know alpacas typically can float along the top of the water very easily because of how fluffy their hair is.
You're wondering if
Once you
didn't know
get
this.
under the water and the water saturates you, then you're basically a stone at that point.
Okay.
That being said, how funny of a scene would it be if you literally couldn't submerge yourself?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I was like. I was thinking like, I need help getting down.
And it
underwater.
just bobs back and forth in the water.
That's
Just
why
a
I asked
button
if we
leg
had
sticking up trying to.
I didn't think I could think. Alpacas, I don't think are very sinkable.
Not only
that
has
would've
Vea
been so
turned into an
helpful.
alpaca, she is also a buoy now. Fantastic.
We do have anchors.
I have an
Yeah.
amazing idea.
Which is why I asked. I wanted to make sure. No, the answer is no to your idea. I don't.
Look, here's what we're gonna do. We tie
Oh.
4 buoys to Vea and a rope around her waist with an anchor. We can go down the rope and up it as we need air. But we always have that center point.
Me.
Well, you know, you're the strongest.
Sure. Why not? Vea's just kind of over. I'll be the buoy. You can tie your rope to me so that way when you know you need to go up, you just go to the floating cloud on top of the water.
Vea, for what it's worth, I think it's super cool how much time you spent in the water today for somebody who hates the water.
Yeah, it might be the last time I do this.
And who knows?
Right,
You know,
right.
maybe if you jump into the water here, it'll turn you into something else.
Right.
At that thought, I would like to go ahead and get ready to hop into the water. Yes.
Okay. You begin to strap a rope around alpaca Vea. As she hops down into the water, not a far jump from the top of the wharf.
It's a quick
And
jump. Can I I just
Oh,
do
yeah,
all
no,
four
it's
legs like together like whoop,
oh yeah,
And then I go
it's
down.
more of a boop and hop than anything
Yes.
else. Yeah.
Yes.
As she splashes down into the water, her buoyancy is fantastic.
Have we already tied the buoys to her at that point?
I
How
thought she
many
was the
buoys do-
buoy.
Oh no.
Well, we need
Multiple buoys will be
we
tied.
need her to have an anchor weight as well. So to not pull her down, we need to offset that with a number of buoys tied to her.
It's very nautical.
All right. In that case, yes, you
Makes
do find a
sense.
bunch of empty barrels that you strap to the side of her. She looks like she has 2 wooden jet engines attached to the side of her at this point.
This is dope. I need art of this. All right.
If anyone's wondering, Vea's
Each
face
time,
is
Vea.
completely unamused.
All right. Now everybody take a length of rope. One at a time. We'll tie as much rope as we need until we can get to the bottom.
Well, shouldn't
Alright,
someone
everybody got
stay
it?
at the top and just maybe like keep an eye on Vea? Just think like, what if we pull her down?
Minnie, if you're
I got
Carry
it.
me
I'll
with
stay up
you.
here with Vea. Vea, I got you.
So,
back.
so Keelan is not one for plans. So as this is going on, he is completely stripping down to his boxers, and then picking up an anchor and walking to the edge of the dock.
Okay.
Wait.
Is anybody stopping him?
No, I'm not.
Rune
I'm
is
not
about
paying
to say
attention.
something, and then she just closes her mouth. Yeah.
All right.
No, Barrick is way too invested in his super dope plan because he doesn't come up with them very often.
Clearly. All right. So who's actually going in the water? Minnie, Keelan, Barrick, and Rune? And obviously Vea?
Al, are you staying on the dock or are you sitting on one of the flotation devices next to me?
I'm going to stay here on the dock just in case I need to pull you in.
That's fine. Then I'm going to float out a little bit further. Still within like rope throwing distance.
I can pull on this rope here and bring it back if we need to. I'm mostly wondering when this thing will wear off. If you turn back into your bunny self, I mean, it's not, it's going to be, you're not really going to be.
I'm sorry. Did you think I was a bunny before this? She looks incredibly concerned in this moment.
Yeah, you had the ears. I mean, that's what rabbits look like back home. I thought you was, you're not a rabbit?
Oh, Al. No, and
Let's
she
just keep doing this. Make sure they don't drown down there. Well,
gives you this look of just pity, like you don't know your animals. You poor dumb soul.
They look different here. I've never seen a bunny. Let's move on.
Right. As the rest of your companions suit up the best they can, or strip down, depending on what they prefer, you watch as your other companions also get into the water. Now, wading out about 20, 30 yards towards the large stone that sticks out from the water's edge. Now, we're going to be doing a little bit of a skill challenge here. As you begin to prepare yourself and look around underneath the water the best that you can, I need everybody to go that is in the water, save for Vea. Well, Vea, you can do it as well. I need you to make a perception check for me.
Yeah, I just stick my head underwater to watch them go down.
Could I potentially have advantage because I have goggles?
Sure.
I got a nat 1.
So did I!
Holding the anchor.
Boo, 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 boo.
You guys get into the water and immediately start.
Those bunnies go down to the water.
Blah, 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 blah.
I got a 13.
13?
Barrick
Okay.
got a 14.
I also got a 13.
Okay. In that case, Minnie, Barrick, and Keelan, as you begin to look down as far as you can, you do see what looks like the tail end of a mast that seems to just hover within the water, not being able to see too much farther down, but clearly having spotted the wreckage.
Are we under the water?
Barrick will try
Or
to
are we
get
just like
other people's attention and point to it. Yeah.
Okay?
okay?
As you point down towards your other companions, they get a better look and now see the wreckage underneath the water. All there is now to begin the dive. I need you all to go ahead and make athletics check for me. This will be your first round underwater.
Okay.
Oh.
22.
3.
8.
16.
Okay. As you all begin to dive down, Rune and Minnie, you try your best to make your way to the bottom. However, it's just a little too far for you as you begin to panic, feeling the air wanting to burst from your lungs. Both of you immediately go back up for air. However, Barrick and Keelan continue their search down, finding their way towards the bottom and being seen to the sight of the grand remains of this now sunken ship. You begin to make your way through a large hole within the side of it. I need you both to make investigation checks for me.
How we doing on minutes?
This is now your second round.
Okay.
15.
Well,
Is it
second round, does that
second
mean
round?
12 seconds has gone by, or is each round a minute?
Minute. Yeah.
Each round's a minute.
Okay.
Ooh.
Investigation.
Yes, sir.
11.
11. And what did you roll, Keelan? 15. Barrick, you take one direction while Keelan takes the other. the two of you begin to wade off in your own direction. Beric, you find a number of barrels, but you're able to pull them open even underneath the water. As you do, bits of now soaked gunpowder waves up within the air. More, you find rations as well. Keelan, however, you begin to swim through the flooded cargo hold. And although dark and somewhat disorienting, your goggles seem to help quite a bit, eventually finding what looks like a fair amount of debris. And within that debris, a number of very nice chests, some with golden edging around it. One in particular catches your eye. This is now round 3.
During the time that we're in the wreckage, is there any areas where there are pockets of air that have been like trapped as the ship has gone down, like rooms or?
There is not. It is completely flooded down here.
Okay.
Beric makes his way for the.
Yeah, Keelan's
surface.
also gonna make his way to the surface. He is gonna leave. Let me just check this real quick. Sweet. I'm going to use my hand axe. Actually, no, I didn't bring anything. Never mind. I'm just going to swim up.
Keelan,
I've got my stuff on the surface.
before you go back up, would you like to make one attempt in order to grab the chest?
Sure.
Okay.
You know what? If I'm going to do this, Keelan sort of amps himself up. He's going to I'm going to enter adrenaline rush, and I'm going to sort of, just sort of like shake myself, stretch myself out, and okay. And I'm going to try and deliver this to the surface.
Absolutely. As the air continues to press within your chest, you can feel your lungs flating and going into overdrive, trying to allow the air to enter. But yet you enter into your adrenaline state. And as you do, I need you to go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Okay. Which I will get an advantage on. Oh, thank God I did. That was a natural one. Yeah. Replaced with a 21.
A 21. With that, you're easily able to begin to pull off the ground. Now, the crate is already very heavy, and the underwater environment makes it even more of a challenge. However, in your state, you have no worries or issues with this crate. As you pull it up from the surface, or pull it up from the bottom of the wreckage, you immediately take... I was about to say flights, but I guess that wouldn't work under the water. You immediately start to swim upwards, rushing past the current, and just in the nick of time, with the last round wearing out, you crest the water, taking in a large breath of air, now looking around to your friends. The rest of you see Keelan was able to retrieve the chest that was spoken of.
I do the shampoo commercial hair flick.
It's just a horse.
Owls even from the docks, like.
I'll swim over to Vea with the chest, and I'll place it on top of the barrels and the buoy and stuff like that. As I'll drag it up. And, all right,
The ship now.
You're a boat. You're a boat.
Good work, Vea. I'm gonna slap the barrel twice.
As Keelan is
Take him.
not within the water, my friend. It would be a very slow kick at that point. Keelan feeling very proud of his accomplishment. Looking around to the rest of you, Keelan, you see the smiles on all of your friends' faces, easily able to have figured it out or been able to obtain the chest. When you suddenly start to feel a slimy tendril begin to wrap around your ankle, you all watch as Keelan is violently pulled down. A look of shock on his face just before being pulled under the water. White waves and bubbles kick up all around you, blocking your view from inside of the water. You attempt to call out for your friend, peeking your heads under the surface, but while the waves and the bubbles block your vision of anything useful. Pulling your head back up for air, you quickly scan the surface. And as quickly as the waves and bubbles started, they immediately stop, leaving you treading water in an otherwise calm sea. And that's where we're going to take a short rest for the evening.
Well, we got the chest. Let's go.
Yep. Let's get a 5 ways, y'all.
I just
know what's messed
picture
up? This
Vea
isn't
as an
even-
alpaca trying to tread back to shore in the sea.
And this isn't even the first. This isn't even the. This isn't even the first time you guys have left me to drown this week. Just FYI.
Oh, you keep doing it.
Oh.
We're floating.
First delivery, last
Look,
delivery.
you
Keelan.
left the safety
Finish
of
slice.
the alpaca buoy. Like, that's on you, dog.
Neither rain nor sleet nor horrible drowning death.
Yeah, it's true.
With that said, guys, just a reminder, we do have the giveaway going on. You can use exclamation roll right the second to be entered to win. The one caveat, you must be a follower, not a subscriber, but a follower to win. We are giving away one of our lovely new dice boxes. Actually, not ours. It's from Mithril Armory. It combines as a dice box as well as a dice tower. Very, very cool. I think we have it up on screen as we speak. Thank you very much, Mud. We will make the announcement of the winner at the very end of the episode. But with that said, folks, go get your apples juices, go get your orange juices, go get your blowfish juices. And guys, we will be back quite momentarily. Take care. Welcome back, everyone. With that said, let's go ahead and jump back into tonight's episode. Keelan.
Yes.
You continue to thrash against whatever is pulling you down. You feel the pressure begin to build in your head as you get deeper and deeper, as the water seems to get darker and darker. It takes mere moments before you've reached a depth where the sun dares not travel. Faster and faster you continue to plummet. Your chest tightens as your body screams for air. And as the last bubbles leave your lungs, you watch as they exit your mouth, but instead of spurting out in front of you, they seem to whip back, circling around and combining themselves into a larger bubble that fits perfectly over top of your head. You take a large breath in. You seem to be able to breathe again. When you hear a voice, "My apologies, traveler." As you begin to look around, still the darkness surrounds you. When suddenly flickers of light, like little candlelights, begin to burst all around you. Looking around, you take note of the coral, or what you may have heard of before, the gloral, begin to spring to life. And directly in front of you is a creature you've never seen before. One half-man top with a tail laying out the bottom.
Great Mother Hubbard. Hello there. I'm Keelan Windchaser. Pleasure to meet you, Mrs.
It's Mr. Karos is the name.
Mr. Karos. Well, Mr. Karos, sir, it's truly a pleasure to meet someone of your stature. I can't say I've been too familiar with folks from. And you see Keelan is just staring at his fin, right? Like in that kind of awkward, like, don't look at the fin, don't look at the fin. We haven't really, met people from this part of the oceanic depths.
I completely understand, my friend. Some may refer to us as mermaids, but that's not the case at all.
I thought you said you were a man.
Yes, well, I technically am a man, but not a mermaid. Mermaids are
Lot of cleaning
What?
then.
No. No, we are
Not that
not
kind of man.
mermaids. No.
Okay.
Mermaids are what's known within my tribe as assholes.
Oh, right. Okay.
My kind is known as the cetars.
Oh. Is that like a centaur, but for the sea?
What is a centaur?
It's like I start pointing at myself, but then stop and realize, and then right, it's like they've got they're vicious, hideous hybrids with what look to be like beautiful horse bits for their lower half, and then their upper half is like almost like a shaved monkey.
Sounds hideous.
Oh, it's absolutely horrendous.
Well, as I was saying, I'm sorry for the surprise to send you down here.
Well,
But-
I mean, thank you for the bubble. I imagine this is yours, otherwise, you know.
Magics of the Seas is available to us who swim underneath. But my friend, I'm in desperate need of your help.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and any who would be willing to help you as well.
Oh well, as fortune would have it, I've got a bunch of my friends who are with me as well. We're very helpful sorts.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. For there is a tragedy among us.
Oh, no.
The love of my life, Nipa, has been kidnapped and taken to the surface.
That sounds absolutely horrendous. Who would do such a thing?
I wasn't sure what name he goes by. But he was what is called a Blowfishian.
The plot thickens.
The Blowfishian has kidnapped my love, the daughter of our tribe's chief, Chief Gulp Splash.
Oh no. This Blowfishian, just so that, you know, we make sure we get the right person all together. He didn't happen to have like an old injury on one of his fins, did he?
In fact, he did. Part of the reason why he kidnapped my love. It's said that the song of a sitar can heal all wounds. One day, while Nipa and I were out exploring, we met the Blowfishian as he treaded in the shallows. He told them of his tragic tale of a swimless fish, and Nipa took pity on him. We agreed to come back that night and sing for him in the moonlight. And so we did. However, our singing, for whatever reason, did not heal his wounds. In his rage, he kidnapped Nipa and shot me with one of his harpoon arrows. This was weeks ago. Our tribe has been unable to help her, forced to listen to her song every night. He terrorizes the song out of her, but her song is growing weaker, for centaurs can only be away from the open waves for so long. Kept captive, she won't survive much longer.
No, that's truly horrendous. I can't even believe it. Wait just a moment. I'm going to start humming the sound that we heard on the other side of the door when we approached the hut that they were in. And
Make a performance check for me.
Yeah, I'm going to ask if this is the noise that he heard. I got a 5.
Wow.
No. Nipa has a very beautiful voice. Not to say yours isn't, very beautiful as well for a
no,
land
that's
walk.
perfectly fine. My mother said I have a voice like a scratching post. We have very complicated. He watches his ears start flicking as he comes up with an idea. Good sir, or madam. Sir, actually, I've established this. I am Keelan Windchaser, your local delivery man, here to help you with your local deliveries. would you like for me to retrieve your parcel of your wife and return it to you here in an expeditious fashion?
She's
Well,
not an
she's-
object.
Not my wife, per se. I would be very happy if you could deliver my love, Nipa, back to all of us.
Wonderful. Then, as part of our services, we will ensure customer satisfaction guaranteed. And you see as he smiles, but he's got like that horse smile, so it looks like Mr. Ed. As he says, "Don't worry, we'll go and get your friend. I hate to be a bother, but it's a long swim up there, and I don't know how long I can hold my breath."
Hang on, I just gotta roll a terrified check for the horse smile.
It
Natural
runs
one.
in terror. Oh, God.
Well, the air bubble will last until you get back up to the surface. Here, let me get that for you. And you feel the slimy seaweed now unravel from your ankle.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's much better. All right. We'll be back soon. Don't you worry. Sorry, what was your name again?
Koros.
Chorus. Don't worry, Chorus. We'll be back with Nipa faster than you can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You'll have mine and my tribes forever saying thanks for this, hero.
Keelan will then start to kick his way up to the surface.
Okay? You frantically kick upward towards the surface, not having to stress with the air bubble wrapped around your head. And as you finally breach the surface, the rest of you all watch as you've been frantically trying to figure out what exactly happened to your dear friend, but only being gone for a mere 5 to 10 minutes. Many of you have not gotten out of the water at this point, albeit Owl looks like he's already composing what looks to be an obituary on a small piece of parchment.
He didn't even stand a chance. All he wanted to do was deliveries. If I didn't send him into the water, he'd still be here with us. Ah, Keelan, I'm sorry, kid.
Oh, I'll make sure you include really good at knocking on that.
Yeah, I'll put that in there, Rune. Thanks. Really good at knocking.
What are we gonna tell
Not
all of his
bad.
family members?
Oh,
All
God,
of
there's so
them.
many of them. Well, maybe we just, I don't know. It'd be easier if Al was just here with us now. We should at least go down for the body. Maybe we could string them up. Maybe we could pretend that he's not even dead. The family members will... Oh, thank God.
Still alive!
Can I
Never
hit him?
doubted you.
Where did you go?
Oh, guys!
God.
Oh, you won't believe it! You won't believe it! There are underwater sea cleaners. They're called mermaids, and they're down there.
Oh, God.
And well, they're not.
Lack of
Well, no.
oxygen went through his brain.
Oh, look! There was a guy, all right, and his name was Chorus, and he dragged me down there with some seaweed. It was wrapped around my foot and everything, and then he was all like, and I was like, you know, I'm breathing underwater, and then he said that his wife was stolen by Hootie.
Oh, whoa, you need to slow down a little bit. Maybe
Oh,
you
sorry.
have been
You might have
breathing
hit your
enough
head.
oxygen. Are you okay? Are
Uh,
you delusional? You have to be delusional, right?
I'm gonna end my
Is the
adrenaline rush.
alpaca telling you this right now? Yes or no?
Yes. No, I see the alpaca. As Keelan
Hey,
comes
yes,
out of his
right.
adrenaline rush, he starts to seem a little bit more tired. He goes, right. So, all right, long story short, there's people in the water, like, you know, sort of, they're called sea tars. And Chorus, he dragged me down there to ask me for his help. You know, you see, apparently Hootie, you know, sly dog that he is, apparently kidnapped the chieftain's daughter of his tribe named Nipa. And he's been using magic songs that she's been sort of making with her mouth hole to try and heal his wound. And he even knew about Hootie's old bum Finn and everything. So this guy seemed pretty much on the up and up. And I said that, you know, well, we can't have people going around kidnapping folk and whatnot. So, you know, I have some friends and that we could maybe sort of free her and return her to the ocean. because that's where centaurs belong. In
So you-
the sea.
Want us to do a reverse kidnapping?
Yes, I described it as a delivery of freedom and justice.
Eric leans over to Minnie. This is a load of barnacles.
Yeah, I think he's full of shit too. You want me to hit him again?
Yeah, I think
I sort of empty out seawater from my ears.
I hit him again. Quit pretending to drown and telling lies.
I'm not shouting. I'm not telling lies. I would never lie to you. And then look at the alpaca and then look down.
There's a real easy way to tell if he's actually gone nuts or not. How many fingers is Vea holding up? And he's gonna lift Vea's arm.
Well, just I mean, that's not fair. You know I can't count.
Yeah, give him something he can do. Come on, give him something.
Yeah, it's not fair.
This is a hoof.
I am realizing our education has really created some gaps for the two of you. As she looks to Al and Keelan.
All right, look. I can prove it. You remember, Barrett, when we went and I knocked on the door and it was a really cool knock and everything, and then we heard the music and stuff, right? Well, that's the woman, the lady, Nipa. She's singing in there, captive in that room. We heard it. It's there.
He actually makes a good point. I've never trusted anyone who locks their doors. Like, what are you hiding?
Kidnapped sea creatures. It's literally it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we could look at a few things here just to make sure we're doing what's right. But if she was kidnapped, I think we do have a responsibility to make sure that she's safe. We could do just a wellness check to make sure she's all right. What even is in this treasure anyway that we're splitting with?
Oh yeah, the treasure.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should open the chest to see what he wants.
As you all make your way back to the wharf, for those of you who are not out of the water yet, you eventually are able to hoist Vea out of the water using some ropes and pulleys and a little bit of ingenuity.
Come on, Barrack, pull harder. Come on. Oh God, it was a lot easier when they were dry. Ugh.
God, it's like 70 extra pounds.
It's just like pulling the wet laundry out of your washer.
Exactly. Yeah.
As you hoist the heavy chest up onto the wharfs, you fiddle with the lock for a moment. Seems to be a relatively simple lock, and at this point, very well rusted.
I got it. Get out of the way.
Oh,
I'll try
okay.
to unlock it. Using.
Sorry,
my
what are you
thieves-
doing, Minnie?
I'm gonna try to unlock it.
Okay, how are you unlocking it?
I'm gonna use my thieves' tools.
Ooh.
Which they're not like, I don't know, they're not like proper thieves' tools. It's just a bunch of crap that she's like fashioned into thieves' tools. So it's like a bent
Prison
spoon.
shanks.
That she's like, yeah, exactly.
A series of prison shanks.
Right.
File down.
Brush shaved down.
The
Yeah, yeah.
junkyard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, taking out your makeshift thieves' tools, you eye at the lock. Now, you've practiced many times in the barn trying to unlock it in order to go play with the alpacas in the middle of the night and become quite good at it at this point. As you bend down, eyeing the lock, you begin to insert the thieves' tools. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. Or sorry, a sleight of hand check.
23.
23, easily able to insert your small tools, hairpin and all, into the lock. With a little bit of fidgeting, you do hear a click as you open up the lock and flip open the lid. As you look inside, you immediately take note of two stacks of sopping wet and decaying books that fall apart at the mere touch. And there you also find a pouch that seems to be very heavy, full of coin. As you open it up, You would guess that there's roughly about 200 silver pieces in there, give or take.
Oh, you guys.
You also,
There's like nope.
you also find a signet ring with a sea serpent that seems wrapped around a notebook. And inside of a sealed bottle, you find a scroll.
Guys, check it out.
Read it.
She's pretty much only interested in the ring and the silver. She's like, there's like some stupid books in here and this random piece of paper, but look! And she holds up the gold and like shakes it.
Yeah.
Money!
The silver pouch is larger than her small hand. A bulbous sack.
Oh, now that's a lot of cheddar.
Don't lose a penny of it.
I won't. I'll be careful. Check
Eric
out this
looks-
ring too. There's like a snake on it.
Do we recognize that at all?
Go ahead and make a history check for me, Vea.
Oh, yep. That will be my specialty.
Eric's gonna check out that bottle.
I mean, I rolled a nat 1, but it's so.
Fair enough. You've never seen or heard of any kind of sigil like this before.
What's a
The
ring?
ring of the sea god.
Eric,
Yeah.
as you pull the scroll out of the sealed bottle, quickly opening it up, you see some writing on it, all in common. And strangely enough, what looks like the linked lines of a constellation. At the very top of it, you see the header that reads Spider Climb.
And what do you got there, Barry?
Actually, I think it's I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I think
Is it a treasure map?
Rune would probably have a
Bobby
better
want to say just
chance
then?
at.
Let us know.
What do y'all think I was? Rune, you know stars and stuff here. Come here.
All right. What is it? Rune will take it. Look it over. Does she recognize what it is?
You would recognize at least what it is. You would know this as a spell scroll.
Ah, yeah. This is a spell scroll.
And based on the title on it, you would assume this is a spell scroll of Spider Climb.
Of spider climb. I mean, who doesn't want to be a spider and climb? See? We can teach Jeremy to fly, and maybe if we cast this on Jeremy, he can learn to be a spider and climb.
Spider Pig?
Spider pig.
pig.
Spider pig.
Yeah.
Does whatever a spider pig does.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, that's pretty
No,
cool.
hold on here. We can't just give it to Jeremy. That's actually really cool to have.
Well, Jeremy's cool.
Yeah, Jeremy is
Jeremy-
pretty cool.
You kind
Look,
of
Faye, if
see.
you want the scroll, you could just say you want the scroll.
Yeah, you
see
don't need
her
to bring
face
Jeremy
up.
into it.
No, he's just too cool for the rest of us already, and we need to catch up. I don't necessarily
No,
need
Vea
it,
might be right on this one.
right?
Wait,
She's
are
been
we
through
getting
a lot today.
distracted? Isn't there a kidnapped lady?
Right.
There's a kidnapped lady.
Yeah, we should probably do some. What would people do? Recon? Is that-
Recon.
Yeah, I have an idea.
He looked to Vea for like recon, like.
That's the word. Recon. Sound it out.
All right.
Hey, let's
Does
just all
anyone
make
want
an
these
agreement. You guys know these old smuggler types. They don't really take too kindly of us trying to, take things from them in any form. So, maybe try not to get caught, I guess. I mean, it's clear that they're gonna know it was us either way. I mean,
Well, like worst
We
case
gotta
scenario,
think.
he's like a blowfish, right? So you can just like prick him,
What if
and then he
we need
zips
to
around, right?
see her without him knowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but it's
I mean,
kind of
the-
obvious. And, he's gonna go back to the source.
You know, Minnie's kind of
Well,
small and hard to see a lot of the time. Maybe.
Hey.
Well, like being small in stature, but you are strong and very.
I mean, maybe we should hear them out. Maybe we should just
Yeah,
straight up ask
whatever.
them. Like,
What
what
if we? Oh, go ahead, Rune.
Oh, Vea, this is all you. I think you got it.
Well, Minnie, you may not like this, but we could try to Trojan horse this. You know, we keep the gold out and you go inside the treasure chest and he takes it in.
If we're gonna Trojan horse it, then doesn't it make sense to use Keelan? Because he's
yeah, how are we gonna get
actually
Minnie
horse?
She
inside?
does have a
of Keelan?
point. And I'm a bit big for the chest. I think your plan's got holes in it. I don't think I don't think this is gonna work. But you know what we could potentially do is we could distract old Hootie by showing him what we got and stuff like that, and having him check things over.
It's true.
And then while that happens, Minnie and a couple of the others maybe go into the hut and see if they can bust out the old captive lady in there.
Yeah, and I mean, look, as a backup, really, I mean, if we get caught, he said that he wanted, he kidnapped, or Keelan said that this mer person was kidnapped because Cetar. Well, first you said mermaid, so.
Well, no, that's because I was hopped up on lack of oxygen, okay, and yeah, apparently mermaids are assholes. That's what they said to me.
Okay. Well, whoever this person is that's kidnapped, they were kidnapped because they have healing powers. And I've been working really hard on some of my own with my mom. So maybe if we get caught, I'll just casually offer a trade to heal whatever he needs healing.
Or we can beat him up.
Yeah, let's beat him up.
Okay. Well, yeah, we could do that too. That could be fun.
I mean, if he says no, like,
We
Yeah,
could
I mean, if
heal
he-
him and then beat him up. So that way
And then
he
heal him
faces
again.
the consequences of his actions.
Right.
Well, we don't need to beat him up more than save the person. You know what I mean? I mean, he's an old
gonna remind
blowfish
you
who can't
guys-
swim. I mean, what harm could he really do?
This guy's a contact for us back at the bar. If we lose this, the bar might go under. Like, I can't. What if this affects Scratch? Maybe we should go back to Scratch, run it by them, and see if this guy's maybe on the up and up.
How much time does she have, though? If she's captive, I feel like that would be very unkind of us just to make sure that business relations stay okay.
it makes a
Who's
good
to say
point.
that the blowfish is the bad guy in this situation? Keelan, did they say that this, princess maybe wanted to destroy the world or something? Like maybe it was
Look,
something we're not seeing.
If Hootie
that
has
didn't
nothing
come
to
up, no.
hide, then
Damn,
it's
what
fine,
does?
I mean, I think we should at least go check it out.
What if, okay, hear me out. What if we bring the chest to the back door, like where we saw originally, but we pretend that it's really heavy and we ask Hootie to come out and meet us outside? Well, Minnie breaks in with those hairpins that she has to the back. And then whoever else is sneaky can go with her and help get Mer Lady out, and then if things go right, I'll just heal him.
Okay. I could
It's a
agree
plan.
with this. So who's
Yeah,
going with who?
Well, I'm cool with whatever. I don't mind.
I have a small DM question. Do I have the stealth of Vea or do I have the stealth of an alpaca?
You still hold all of the stats as Vea.
Okay. All
You
right.
sound like coconuts being banged against each
Yeah,
other.
that's what I was you know, watching like an alpaca try to fit into a corner and hide behind a
Yeah.
tiny pot.
I
This
think
is
that's
okay.
something everyone wants to see, Vea.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then I am definitely part of team. Okay. I'm part of team stealth then. I would like to go and make sure that she is all right.
All right. Yeah. I'll set up a trap in case he tries to chase us.
Well, let's
I guess
lock
we could go and track you,
the
man.
chest again so it looks legit. Does everyone have what they want out of it? What are these dumb books?
Oh, Rune will take a look at the books.
As you reach down and try and grab for one of the books, it immediately disintegrates in your hands.
Well,
There's
now we
the
don't
water
have
lock.
Broke it.
Okay, well, it's just a pile of crap then. I'll like take a check to make sure there's nothing else in there, and then I'm just gonna like see if I can lock it back up as if I never opened it.
Okay. Searching around, you don't find anything else of value. And you're easily able to put the lock back onto it.
Cool. Okay, who's gonna hold on to the silver?
Well, it was in the chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
but I took it out because I don't want him to get it.
But that's
And
what he's
I don't
splitting
want to.
with us.
Are you guys gonna open the chest in front of him?
Well,
I
yeah, I
mean-
think we should. If we do the deal for real, then Al actually is okay with bringing back the wine and everything, and we don't soil the relationship while you actually help the
Okay,
send person.
okay, fine. So we're taking the scroll and we're taking the ring, but I'm opening this chest back up again, putting the silver in it, and then
No, put
Locking
all
it
the
back
stuff.
up?
Put all the stuff in the chest.
I want the ring.
Oh, let her keep it. It's one
Yeah, look.
ring.
Yeah, we're not exactly going to snap that thing in half in order to split it. So I mean,
It'll
It's
be fine.
decided.
I don't like this.
And Spider Pig? Let's keep the scroll too.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Just-
Yeah, you hold on to that.
all right.
you hold on to the scroll. Can I'll open the chest back up. I'll put the silver back in, and then I'll lock it up again.
Okay, I'm going to tie a rope around the chest and sort of turn it into like a little shoulder strap, and I'm going to be all right. I'm on team. Go talk to Hootie and distract him. Who's coming with me?
I'm on
I'll go
the
with you.
It'd be weird if I
team
didn't show. So.
distraction.
All right, Al.
Before we continue, just retroactively going back for a second, Minnie, go ahead and make another sleight of hand check for me.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, to close it back up.
Make it good.
10.
10. As you continue to insert another one of your pins, you hear a crack. You've lost one of your thieves' tools. You have 2 remaining. You try once again with your next lockpick. This time a little bit easier as it opens up this time.
Couldn't have just told me the first time. She's muttering to herself.
All right. So Keelan, Al, and Rune, I think, were the people who are going to go talk to Hootie.
Mhm.
Yep, we're gonna go and head over to the storage area that we saw him last, and Keelan's going to be like, "Hello, Hootie, are you around? We've returned from our epic delivery sea quest thing."
As you all begin to make your way down the wharf, with the sun now slightly beginning to set in the background, about halfway down the wharf, you hear a small poof of smoke. As Vea seems to return to her normal form.
Ah,
Oh no, Vea! Oh, God,
Oh,
you've
me
transformed
again.
into a hideous creature.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm
Heal
good.
him.
I'm me again. Quick, Al, what am I? She'll look at you with eager eyes.
Oh, that's easy. You are a Eastern ground. Guys, help me out here.
What to say?
this
No,
is-
it's
I-
Eater.
so close.
You're a badger.
A whistle pig.
That's right.
And she just exhales and turns to walk and follow Minnie.
As you segregate into your individual groups, those following behind Keelan make their way towards the storage area again. As you begin to call out for Hootie once more, what's the other team doing?
Barracks Beric is going around the front, and I'm going to start casting Snare towards the front door. Takes 1 minute, so...
Okay.
You just see him sort of like drawing a circle in the sand and like with like runes around it.
Cool.
I pictured Bear casting Snare was just very Kevin McAllister. It's like a bunch of
yeah. The pink man on a vine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And Vea and Minnie, what are you guys doing?
Okay, should we try to go through the door or look for a window or some other secret entrance?
I think we should just try to see if we can talk to the man. I mean, he should. Oh, wait, no, I'm not in this party. I'm over here. I'm in another group.
Al, go to the other side.
Get back over here, Al. Come on.
Minnie, what do you?
I feel like we should just keep it simple.
Okay.
Let's try the door.
Yes.
But did you just cast a trap in front of the door that we were going to try to break into, Beric? Because that could complicate things.
Don't worry, I'll get him to come at me.
Okay, so I guess our options are now.
Mind you, it's not directly in front of the door. I need to state that very clearly for Dave.
Oh.
I feel like right now.
Where is
not
it in
directly
relation
in
to the
front of
door? Can we?
It
can
is
we go
10
through
feet
it?
away from the door.
All right, 10 feet in front of the door, you see a plethora of small twigs and vines and little tiny bones that seem to spread around in a circle. Runes carved into the dirt around it.
And then he's just looking for a nice throwing rock after that.
You do find a sweet throwing rock.
Nice.
Okay, I say we just try the door. Keep it simple. Maybe
Yes.
we should start to think about like an escape plan
Right.
in case we can't use the door or something. But other than that, I think it should just be fine if we break in the front door as long as he's distracted.
That's true. We'll try knocking first, so at least maybe she's not too caught unawares, right? That would be the polite thing to do.
But then what if he hears us if we knock?
Hopefully Keelan talks louder then, and we'll be fine.
You know, I'm just
delivery man at your service.
Yes. How's it doing? It's me, Keelan Windchaser, your local delivery man.
Minnie, what are you doing?
I would like to wait until I hear that he's otherwise engaged. And then I'm going to try to, like, because the door in the front is, well, I'm going to try to actually just, did we bother trying to open it or did we knock?
We tried to jiggle it and we discovered it was locked last time.
That was on the back door.
That was the back door.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. On the front door, the first thing that I would try to do is open it.
Okay.
Smart.
As you walk
But
over to the
I would wait until I heard him doing something else, like put my ear to the door and wait to see what I hear.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay, everybody come here and shut up. Six.
Minis of Ocean's 11.
6.
Ooh.
You do not hear anything inside, nor do you hear your companions around back. Seems a little too far for your tiny ears.
I can't hear anything. Who's got good hearing?
No. Let me try. I'm going to just stick my head right up to the door, leaning my ear into it.
Okay, go ahead and make another perception check with advantage.
Yes. Okay. One is a 15, and the other is a dirty 20. A dirty 20.
Woo!
Hey!
The dirtiest 20.
The dirtiest of 20s.
So,
As you listen closely, you hear far off from within the house the sound of Hootie's voice. I'm coming! I'm coming! Clearly responding to your companions out back. When you start to hear footsteps now headed towards you,
Wait, like Hootie's footsteps towards us?
He's coming to the front door.
wait, but okay.
What are you guys doing? You only have
Well,
a
the
couple
plan-
moments before Hootie
wait.
reaches to the front door.
The plan was for the distraction team
I'm
to
gonna-
knock on the door first. But
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'd
look
like
at
to
Minnie
point-
and I'm gonna say, "Go tell the others to go through the back door." And I'm gonna shove because he has not seen me before.
Correct.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Ooh, quick thinking. Well done.
Very quick thing.
Well done.
Minnie and Derek, what are you guys doing?
What about the snare?
Did she push
It's
us?
10 feet away from the door.
Are we now? Are we now supposed to be infiltrating?
You have no way
I'm
of
just
knowing
meaning,
that.
like, we're
Minnie
supposed
and
to be.
Minnie and Derek, what are you guys doing?
If she pushed us and said, "Go tell the others to go through the back door," I'm listening
Okay.
and I'm hauling ass.
Derek, are you following behind Minnie?
No, he got distracted and is still just now drawing in the sand next to his
Okay.
trap
Fair enough.
while
few
holding this
moments
nice
later-
throwing rock.
You hear the door unlock as it's opened, and standing before you is again Hootie. Another visitor today, then.
Yes, I would. Have you heard of our good goddess Mary Mother Goose?
You all sound awfully familiar. Go ahead and make a deception check for me.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
I love that you went the Jehovah Witness route. That's
Thank
great.
you. I was listening for this. Oh balls. 4.
Four. He looks
Mother
at
Goose?
you and then immediately looks over his shoulder to see Barrick now playing in the sand in front of the house.
Damn it, Barrick.
Wait. What are you on about out here? And where's the treasure?
The real treasure is in following her good graces. Would you be interested in joining the Mary Mother Goose Club?
Did Mud just start playing battle music?
Yeah.
You seem to make a point there, lass. But so can I, as he reaches for his side, pulling out his harpoon, now pointing it directly at Vea's chest. Back up towards your friend.
Oh no.
That idiot? I'm gonna look over towards Barrick.
Move now.
Okay.
He just like, as Vea's walking towards him, just like looks down at his trap very clearly and looks at you and it's like,
Can we hear that from around back?
No, you cannot.
I'm on my way over.
Okay.
I feel like the three of us are just standing there like, what? It takes so long.
Yeah, we're
to
just
answer
making.
Yeah, it was.
right now, if anything,
still
Keelan
knocking
is definitely
occasionally.
having a breakdown over his knock not working again.
I am just God damn it. One
As
job.
as he continues to push you back, Vea, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, trying not to step in Barrick's trap.
It is a nat 20. A
Yes.
Oh.
I am back in my true form. I'm feeling this. I know an adversary when I see it. Survival tactic turned on.
All right, fair enough. The two of you, where are the rest of them?
They're around front, man.
We are around front, you idiot.
Oh, this is the front?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll take
my
it
god.
from your lack of understanding there at the back. Both of you, move. And he gestures the
Oh,
harpoon.
easy, Hootie. Damn.
Get moving. I know a trick when I seen it.
How many tricks have you done?
Enough's enough. Keep moving. As
Is that
he
how
begins
you
to
were the
escort
injury
you.
on your knee?
One more word out of either one of you, and you'll be having a poon to the knee as well. You'll be lucky if you don't get a poon to the face.
Eyeing the trap, is he heading towards it in any way? Shape or form?
No, he's trying to brush you guys off over to the side, making your way back down the pathway.
Okay.
Can I Cantrip and move to the other side of that trap to try to push him more?
You've successfully avoided the trap at this point, but he's no longer, he's basically standing outside the front of the front door, motioning you to follow him down or lead him down towards the pathway.
Okay.
All right.
Don't. She holds her tongue for a second, remembering that she was threatened to get shot for talking.
You two both begin to make your way towards the back of the establishment. Back to the gang, holding on to the chest, you watch as Minnie quickly makes her way around the corner.
He's coming to the front door. He's coming to the front door. Vea says to go through the back door.
Go now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In the back.
I thought you guys were going to the... Okay, never mind. Yep, all right. Sure, I guess. Do you want to open the back door? Because the lock is...
Yeah, you're the stealth team.
Yeah, you were supposed to go out the back door. We were supposed to get him out the front. Why'd you guys run out the front?
Doing great, y'all.
I don't know.
Okay,
Well, open the front door.
Oh my God, Rue just goes and tries to open the door.
You walk over to the front door. Unfortunately, it is still locked.
Wait,
The
you
back
mean
door.
the
You
back
too
door?
also, yeah, sorry, the back door is in fact locked. Yes. However, you also begin to hear the sound of the humming growing louder and louder.
All right. Keelan's gonna go to the front door to help with the chest.
So you are now going up around the path towards the front door.
I think we get
Yes.
the front door and the back doors.
All right. As Keelan, you turn the corner, you immediately see your two friends being held at Poon Point.
I go,
Point.
whoa.
Do we hear
Ah,
this?
I see you've brought my treasure with you. Put her down right there.
Well, I'm not sure what's happening here, but I think you mean our treasure. You know, we brought it here for us to split evenly. What's going on?
I a trick when I see one. Put her down.
I very
As he
cautiously.
now points the harpoon directly in your direction.
I'll put it
While
down.
they're doing this, can Minnie and I wake our way inside?
Hang on to the other team members.
Oh, I'll put down the thing and slowly raise my hand. I'll say, Hootie, listen, you don't want to do this. You know, everything's working out fine. You know, like remember we're friends with Old Scratch. You know, we've got deals made and every deal's...
I know how something like this goes. Everything sure will be all right. All three of you, keep moving.
Sorry,
Sure.
is Rune here? I'm confused.
We're behind. Right now, we're hidden from view, and I want to know if we can hear this.
Al, Minnie, and Rune are all at the back door. Vea, Keelan, and Barrick are being held at Poon Point.
Stop saying Poon Point.
Also, this
What do
man
you call
shouldn't
a
be allowed to
harpoon?
poon any of us. That
What do you
seems
call a
illegal.
harpoon?
Yeah, you know, like a salty old man just whipped out his poon and started waving it around at
Waving
us.
it around.
No.
It happens from time to time. He
Yeah,
begins to
it happens.
escort the three of you down towards the back door. To the other three, what are you guys doing? You have maybe a moment before the rest join you.
I'm gonna look at Minnie. Minnie, get this lock open.
Can we hear them?
You can
Like,
hear
you
an
can hear
argument
him.
happening. Yep.
And I hear them headed this way.
You would assume so based on the orders that Hootie's barking.
Okay. I know that the front door is open, so without saying anything to anybody, I'm going to run around the other side of the house through the front door.
Okay. Minnie takes off running. Al and Rune, you guys are left standing there. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna look at Rune and be like, "All right, I guess I'm not getting the door open. Play it casual."
Yeah, we'll add to the distraction, okay?
How about-
Okay.
So now we all are in the distraction team. Is that where we're at? We're at?
Except for
Fuck
Minnie.
me, like this
Plan's
plan
gone
went
fantastic.
No, look, it's all gone back to my initial plan of just having Minnie sneak in, so this is fine. As far as I'm concerned.
All right. Keelan's gonna try and be loud as we're getting closer, just so that they know exactly where we are. You know, just trying to calm down Hootie, trying to sort of say, it doesn't have to go down like this.
You continue trying to convince him to calm down, but he is very worked up at this point in time as he leads you all around to the back of the building. Now, Al and Rune suddenly seeing their friends stuck at harpoon point. See, that doesn't have the same ring to it. That doesn't. That sounds horrible.
All right, go ahead.
Hello. Hi. Why is this happening? We did everything that you wanted. There's the chest.
You and your friends trying to make a mockery out of me, coming through my front door, trying to sneak me around. I know a trick
We
when I've
just got
seen
a
it.
little confused with the doors there, Hootie. Sorry about that. We were here, and then I told him to go around the other way, and then Vaya just took some head wounds. These guys got right messed up with the oxygen. You know how it is. They can't dive.
The chest is right there. Like we're
We brought you
cool.
the goods there.
Fine.
We're just here for the wine, you butt.
Well, and our share, because we got you the treasure.
I've reconsidered our deal at this point. You're welcome to take the wine. The rest, leave it.
What, you gonna do us like that, Hootie? What about Scratch? What's he gonna think of this?
Scratch will be happy that he gets his wine.
How far are we away from the water's edge?
You're roughly about 50 yards from the water's edge right now.
No.
What's that in
In feet. You're really gonna try to where no one's get it.
It's 150 foot away. Okay, good. Cool.
Well then, I don't know where the last one of you went, but I suggest you all leave.
We lost them, Hootie. It was hard getting that stuff out.
Oh. Well, may her bones rest at the bottom of the water then.
Yeah, salty grave, just like the rest of them,
Can't you even do some of the gold for our family?
Gold, you say?
Right? Well, that's what heavies
Good to
is.
know. Good to know that there was treasure worthwhile from the bottom there. And I'll remember your friend dearly as I'm spending it.
Is he looking directly at Barrick by any chance?
He's basically darting back and forth with a harpoon directed at each of you.
Okay. I'm very subtly going to attempt to cast Druidcraft and mimic the singing I heard coming from inside of his place.
Interesting. Make a
Have,
deception check for me.
Have we seen Barrick do this trick before?
Druidcraft? No.
No.
Like the deception, kind of using Druidcraft to create a distraction type thing.
I don't know. Barrick, do you think that they would have seen this before?
He would have showed it to him once when he first learned it from the Myconids, I figure.
All right. I'm gonna give Al a kind of a look as this deception check's happening.
Okay. As I kind of pick up on the look from Keelan, Al's gonna sort of just reach up to scratch their nose a little bit. Now I do have a question, DM, because I'm unsure of the rules of this. Does the target know if they've been hit with hex?
Ooh.
That is an interesting question. I don't know.
It doesn't
High or low
say
for your
they
benefit?
do. I mean, I'll go low. Let's go
Low?
I don't think they do.
Then they do not.
Check this now. Okay, perfect. Then yeah, Al's gonna get a subtle kind of scratch of his nose, and I'm gonna give hex to. I guess it'd be perception to try to pick up on Barrick's ruse, right?
It would be. Yep.
Yeah, it'd be perception.
Okay.
I'm going to roll that deception check now.
Okay.
Oh, not bad at all. What's my deception? +0. 18.
18 definitely beats his 13.
Nice.
Heck yeah, disadvantage, baby.
As he looks over towards the locked door, you have a moment where he seems distracted.
Now,
What?
throwing rock.
Oh,
He chucks the
God.
rock at the back of his head.
All right, go ahead and make a ranged attack for me.
God.
And Keelan's gonna charge as well.
I will double this.
It's a 15 for the ranged attack.
A 15 hits. You watch as it hits him directly on the side of the head, knocking him over slightly. The sense is knocked out of him for a moment. He lowers the gun down. Keelan now rushing in, tackling or attempting to tackle towards Hootie.
So I'm going to attempt. So I've got sure-footed stomp, so I get a free attack when I charge over him if he's medium-sized or smaller. And I'm going to try and knock him prone with this attack.
Okay. Is it an automatic hit?
No. I still need to make the check and still need to make the attack. But then if he's knocked prone, which I'm hoping is, I'm going to try and take the harpoon off him on the run through.
Okay, fair enough. So go ahead and make a melee attack for me then.
All right. And I'm going to also use my last adrenaline rush to do so. Dang it, I didn't need to. It was a natural 20 on my first one.
Damn right.
Basically, Keelan, as he runs through, is going to go through with like almost like a lariat as he leans in with his shoulder and hits his upper body. Just the massive body of Keelan as he moves through doesn't stop as Hootie's body does like a 180 flip and lands on its back. Keelan then turns around, grabbing onto the harpoon and attempting to continue his movement and yank the harpoon from his clutch.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to see if you can get the harpoon out of his hands.
Very well. That is that's a 7. Do I have advantage because he's prone?
For a sleight of hand, well,
I'm trying to just wrench it out of his hands.
Right, while you're running past him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that it wouldn't be at advantage because the motion is it's all happening at once, right? So
yep.
while he does get knocked prone, and I think Vea, you are rushing towards it as well.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I am going for the ankles in this case.
Okay. Well, you actually directly in front of you watch as Keelan topples him over. He is now knocked prone. What do you want to try and do there? Are you still going for the ankles?
Well, I'm going for like the good leg. So he has 2 bad legs.
Okay.
Nice. Jesus.
And how are you attacking the legs?
In this case, I'm going out with the claws. I want to make this painful, like sharp little needles digging into his flesh.
Okay, fair enough. Ooh. As you let your claws loose, digging them into his scaly fish-like legs, he lets out a loud scream at this point. Now flat on his back, you watch as the air deflates out of his chest. I yield.
You'll yield and what? Give us all the treasure, right? And I'm gonna.
I yield. You can have your way. Take your treasure and be gone.
Keelan, sit on him for a second.
I will proceed to sit on him.
As you sit on him, you too feel or smell the smell of old fish mixed with fermented rum.
One moment. Okay, cool. I got a 20 on my self-proclaimed check as I...
Vea stands up for a second. I don't like to not keep my word. She'll look at the others. I think we should give him his cut. And we'll put it in his house. And we'll leave with ours. And then we can all say we've done what we need to, and there's no bad blood.
Agreed, Hootie.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Hootie, what do you say?
Fair. A deal's a deal.
And we'll
I can
take your
respect
chest
that.
and we'll leave it in your house for you. And we'll leave once we've done that.
Until then, Keelan's gonna get comfy. All right, come on, grab a handle.
As you all go to grab the chest, Minnie, what are you doing at this point?
Good question, Minnie. Well, that all went on out front.
Her little sneaker.
She just finished using his bathroom.
Minnie's just looting the cupboards.
Made herself a sandwich.
The front door is open, so she would have gone in right through the front door, and she knows she's looking for some kidnapped lady.
Okay. As you begin to look around the house proper, you eventually find a set of stairs that lead downwards. The stairs themselves seem to be made of stone, like the lower half of the building outside.
She'll kind of like whisper under her breath, like, okay. And she'll head downstairs quietly, listening to the sounds of the deteriorating situation outside.
You can hear the muffled sounds all coming from outside. But another sound starts to bleed into your ears. That familiar hum that Keelan and Barrick were just referring to. As you make your way down towards the lower floor, you find yourself in what can only be described as a dungeon. All of the walls completely made of stone, with nothing more than a small pool directly in the center of the room. And within the pool seems to be that of a half-woman, half-fish person, looking very weak and deteriorated. The lowly hums coming from her mouth, with chains wrapped around both of her wrists as she's pulled taut against the wall.
Okay, this is the most fucked up thing I've ever seen.
Minnie. I feel like Jeremy's sitting there like...
Yeah, right?
As you approach a little bit closer, you see her head slightly lift, barely any strength left. Help me.
Okay. Listen, lady, you don't know me, and I don't know you, and you seem really, really, like, weak and messed up right now, but I'm gonna try to get you out of here. Does it look like I can carry her in any way, shape, or form? Like, if I were to sling her over my shoulders, assuming that
she would be considered a medium-sized creature.
Oof.
Shit. Okay. Okay. One thing at a time. I'm gonna work on getting you out of these chains. Are they locked?
They are locked.
Okay. Lockpick. And then she'll go and I'll try to unlock.
Okay.
I don't know.
Make two sleight of hand checks for me.
Okay.
Got this.
First one is gonna be a 21. Second
hear
is
the
gonna be
click
a
of
nat
the first.
20.
We've had a lot of those tonight.
Yeah, we have.
Fire! Don't DMCA me, Twitch, please. I know I'm amazing. You hear the clicks of the shackles as they fall to the ground, her arms falling limp to the side. Please, I need to get to the sea.
I can't believe I just did that. Okay. All right. Could you I'm gonna try to drag you up the stairs. How does that sound?
You do take note of the back door that's locked just
back
off
door?
to the side.
Oh, I
The
thought I
back
went
door,
down.
presumably, that leads out to where your friends are right now.
Okay. I hear you. Just a second. I'm gonna go to the back door to see what I can hear there because I know that that's where the confrontation is.
You hear the sound of Hootie's voice call out, "I yield," and then continue to agree to the deal that Vea has proposed.
So I know they're on their way into the house.
You know that
drop
they're
off-
outside and they have clearly detained Hootie at this point.
Did I hear Vea say, "We're gonna go in the house and drop off the treasure and blah blah, and then we're gonna leave"?
She's getting to that point.
Okay. If I haven't heard her say it yet, then Minnie would go to the lady who's in the pool, be like, "I'm so sorry, miss. Just it'll just be like one more second." And then she'll start to tiptoe back up the stairs to she's gonna see if I can like head out of the house. I'm hoping to kind of bump into somebody on their way in.
Okay. As you make your way back up the stairs and out the front door, you begin to turn around the corner, only to find Vea and Al, who seem to be grabbing the chest at this point, as it's been stowed to the side of the house.
She goes like, come here.
Okay. What?
Vea, this guy is such a fucking creep. He has this lady chained up in the basement and shit.
You found her?
Yeah, I found her. She looks like she's gonna die. She says she needs to get to the sea. Come on, we gotta help her.
Lead the way. Vea will hone in and follow you.
This thing's heavy, Vea.
Come on. Who cares about the chest?
Forget that thing. I'm telling you.
Al just drops it like in the doorway, like she's kind of like steps around it, like.
All right.
I'm still sitting on Hootie.
Okay. As the three of you make your way down the staircase, the two of you who are joining for the first time see the horrific sight and horrific conditions that the beautiful Sitar woman has been exposed to for God knows how long.
Oh God.
See?
You poor thing.
I told you he was a creep.
No one deserves this. We have to get her out of here. Does he have a key for all these chains? Do you know where it is?
The chains are already undone and slung to the side.
I got her out.
Yeah.
I just can't hold her by myself. Al, what kind of fucking creeps does Scratch hang out with?
I have no clue. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this wine contract. Dave, can I do a medicine check just to see if she's like in a stable spot to like even move?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
So the +0, I got a 2.
A 2. Well, you're unable to tell by the physique and the anatomy of a creature like this. It doesn't take a check at all to realize how bad her condition is at this point. She won't make it much longer.
All right, well, we gotta hurry it up here, guys. I don't think they're gonna hang on. They need to get to the sea. It'll help restore them, I'm guessing. Maybe we can... Is there a way to emulate the sea? Ma'am, would a tub work? Can we fill up a bathtub for you?
I mean, technically she is basically in a bathtub right now.
That's true, yeah. All right,
We
well...
have to pull her to the ocean. We're here to help you.
1 second, I'll be right back. Al's gonna kind of like run out the door and hop back over the box, and he's gonna go into the front yard. He's gonna go, Barrack, take Keelan's spot. Keelan, come here.
So again, they are in the back. You guys keep going through the front. There is a door leading back and forth from the back to the dungeon area.
No, that's locked.
This whole
Stop
time.
metagaming, Dave.
Yeah, it's locked. Jeez.
All right. I'll let you guys do you. Fair enough.
Okay. I'll swap places with Barrack, and I'll head in with Al.
All right, Keelan, you got an important delivery. Just try to keep a level head here.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I've always got a level head when it comes to. Oh my God! Jesus, go! Oh, by Santa's red sack!
Yo,
Jesus!
Shut up! They don't know how. Shut up! Have some sympathy.
Oh yeah, sorry. That was very unprofessional. The fuck am I supposed to do?
You're gonna have to run into the sea. How fast do you think you can go, kid?
Oh, for this one, give me a second. She's in a bathtub, right? How is the bathtub anchored anywhere?
It is basically a pit in the floor.
Oh, so it's not actually a... Okay. Yeah, no, let's do this. I'm gonna... Oh, how big was the chest that we brought in? Is it big enough that if I scooped her up in it, it would...
No. This is the chest itself was a relatively small chest, only holding the items that you pulled out of it.
Okay, I'll then do this the old-fashioned way. Just sort of princess carry her. I'll say, all right, hold on a second. We'll be with you in a minute, okay, love? Deep breath. And I'm gonna lower my goggles. and I'm going to look at Al, and I tell him, "All right, slap me."
All right, kid, come on. Yeah.
As he does so.
That's
So-
not how I interpret that.
Well, hang on. There's a reason for this. Now, because technically speaking, Al has initiated an attack. We're in initiative, and the first round of combat, I double my move speed. So I'm going to travel at double my move speed as I then full round run and dash to try and get as close to the ocean as I can.
All right, I'm going to take it from here. You, Princess, scoop her up out of the small basin of water that was carrying her. You can tell the stagnant water has been like that for weeks. As you kick open the back door, leading out towards the wharf, the rest of you follow quickly behind Keelan. Hootie tries to kick up a fuss. That's none of your business, but none of you pay any mind, Barrick remaining sitting on him at this point.
Bruno, stay with Barrick.
As you all rush towards the end of the wharf, and as you do, as the sun sets below the waterline, making it very difficult to see out into the water, when suddenly, what look like small torchlights begin to burst along the water's edge. Keelan, as you look closer, you see the familiar light of the gloral that Koros used to, that seems to be attached to what looks like dozens of spears. As you get full view with the light blasting, you see 24 centaurs lining the water, with a large older centaur directly in the center. He wears a crown made of the gloral, and Nipa immediately perks up. Father! The older man, or older centaur, speaks up. I suggest you release my daughter, Legged One. As the dashing older centaur bellows out his command, the spears from the platoon immediately point towards you. And in that moment, you watch as Koros frantically swims to the front of the line, now out of the water. Chief Gulp Splash, this is the one I spoke of, the one willing to help.
Keelan's not going to stop. Keelan sees the spears, and immediately as he does so, is going to sort of reposition her sort of behind as he continues to barrel towards the spears. And I'm going to, if they're in the shallows, I'm going to try and plow through them and the spears to try and get into deeper waters as quickly as I can.
You have followed her down to the end of the wharf, where you know there is deep waters there.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the water with her.
Okay. As you ignore all of the warning signs, leaping into the water, as the rest watch as you splash down, you resurface once again. Nipa now following behind, now seemingly almost instantly restored from the sea's magics. And as you do, Chief Gulf Splash looks towards you. It seems I owe the land dwellers both an apology and my eternal thanks. All of the spears begin to lower as both the chief and his warriors bow their head in thanks.
No, please don't. Look, I'm not entirely sure what went on here, and me and my friends, we were just happened to be here at the time. What happened to your daughter is it's downright inexcusable. You owe no thanks. You are owed an apology. People of this region, especially the lands where we come from, start here. We're good people, and we don't do this sort of thing, nor do we abide it in any of our places.
Where is the one that kidnapped my daughter?
Under the somewhat ugly-looking elf with the white hair.
Bring him here.
I'll look at Al. Al, the nice man with the spear want to see the blowfish man.
Oh, you hear that? I think you might be going in for sentencing. Pirates hate sentencing.
It's gonna get pooned.
He's so gonna get pooned.
Yeah.
Barrick,
gonna
you
look
are
at the
still
group.
sitting on Hootie at this point. Are you bringing him down towards the end of the docks?
What are we doing, Barrick?
I'm at an impasse here, Rune. They'll probably kill him.
Okay, why don't I go find out exactly what they want, and I'll give you some time. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
As
And
Rune rushes down to the end of the dwarf, Hootie begins to beg to you, Barrick. Please, you don't know what they'll do to me. They'll carve me up from the inside out. If you just let me go, you'll never see me again.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Please,
It's
show
above my pay
mercy.
grade.
I beg you, show mercy.
And he's like kind of frantically like looking over to Rune, and who's probably still hasn't even made it to the wharf yet.
She has not.
Everybody makes mistakes, but also you chain someone up in a basement.
Big deal.
What's your decision, Barrick?
Fuck. I have to learn so much about my character at this moment. Pay it forward. And he gets up.
Thank you, young one.
Pay it forward.
Without another word, he takes off running into the night forest. As you begin to walk down the wharf to meet with the rest of your friends. No?
To that point, Barrick takes a deep breath and then slams his head through one of the windows and lays on the floor.
fair.
All right. Rune, as you make your way to the end of the wharf, the chief, Gulp Splash, explains that this is a criminal and that his criminal deeds shouldn't go unpunished, that he will be taken prisoner and tried for his crimes.
Right. Okay, so the only problem is, he has a bad leg, right? So he's having trouble walking, and my brother is up there, and I just came to tell you that we need some help bringing him back.
They all look at each other and then down at their fins and kind of give you a look like...
Don't worry. I have found. I'll get out of the water and I'll shake my mane, like
Sure. Keelan, me and Keelan will go back, and then we'll come back, and it'll be fine. It's just gonna take us a little bit, okay?
He nods his head. As the two of you make your way back towards Barricades, you now see that Hootie has vanished into the night. Your brother lays unconscious, or... yeah, from your viewpoint, unconscious, with a big welt on his head.
There! Oh my god! What happened? Rune's totally playing along with this because Keelan's there. Oh my god! What happened?
I don't know. I think he may have gotten the upper hand on me.
oh my god!
No.
Oh, that dastardly bastard! Curse you, Hootie!
Yeah.
You won't get away with this! No one knocks out my friend!
As you all now make your way to the end of the wharf, informing the chief that, unfortunately, he got away.
I pictured Al sitting there doing small talk with like all the fish guards, like, you guys from around here, or like, yes.
Well, not too far from
Favorite
here.
drink choice?
Just down the way.
I think we got some wine. You want
As you
some?
explain to the chief that the criminal known as Hootie has got away. Well, that's too bad. There was a reward that we were going to be willing to offer for his captivity.
Sorry, guys.
But you did say that you were from Star Tier. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, perhaps I can offer you some treasure in the form of information. Word travels past amongst the schools that swim, and those that have passed through your rivers have whispered of an evil that leaches from the soils. Be wary, travelers, and thank you again. They all bow once more, finding their way back to the depths below.
Well, bye. That was really an ominous goodbye. I don't know.
It was indeed. I've never heard of soil leeches before, but they sound bad.
Sorry for dropping the ball, guys.
That's okay, Barry. Don't beat yourself up. You're all right, though?
Yeah, it's just a
I'll
little.
left you alone.
Yeah, just a little shiner. That's all.
That's
Do you need some
like-
healing?
No. Don't fuss. Let's just grab the wine and get out of here.
Look, if we're going back to Star Tier, we need to make sure that, you don't have a concussion or anything. I'll carry you the rest of the way. Come on. And I'm going to scoop up Barrick in my arms.
Right before he goes to scoop up Barrick, Rune will try and jump into Keelan's arms.
I will carry
Keelan, thank you. That's so nice. My feet were hurting so much from walking all the way here. It's so nice of you. Thank you.
Okay, you really are a stand-up guy. After the day you've had, you're still willing to carry Rune? Man.
I'll carry the both of them. I'll pick up one in each arm. All right,
Barrick, do you want to be carried?
Like a baby.
Maybe you can kickflip Keelan.
No, he'll probably fight against it.
All right, fair enough. As Keelan straps the wine to his makeshift backpack or backpack crates, the rest of you grabbing the spoils of the treasures. You can go ahead and add the 200 gold pieces, the spell scroll, as well as the signet ring to your inventory.
Nice.
Not to shoot down a good thing, but gold or silver? You mentioned silver earlier.
It was 200 silver.
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 Did I say gold? Sorry.
Listen,
my
did
apologies.
there. I just wanted to make
I
sure.
was trying to translate this into value for us, okay?
Damn it, I'm sorry, Beck. I shouldn't have said anything.
It was
Right.
gold.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So that makes Vea the treasurer.
Don't dang it.
Yeah.
I'll add into it. I'm so,
So
Minnie's the note taker. Vea's the treasurer.
okay. 200 gold, but Minnie's wearing the signet
200
ring
silver.
and has
200
the-
silver.
the scroll.
Yeah, that's what we said. Gold, yeah.
200 silver.
I don't think I have the scroll. I have the
silver.
ring.
200 silver.
Right.
Oh my
Spelled
God.
GOLD.
Yeah.
Rocks
Rune
fall and you
will-
all die.
Rune
That's
will hold on to the scroll. Rune will hold on to the scroll.
Okay.
So just for some setting stuff, the Puckered Starfish in the harbor itself was Hootie the only person here?
It was
So-
the only building.
It is the only
Yeah, it was the only
building.
building.
It is a small
Yeah.
wharf. It's about 2 days travel from Seesaw Harbor, which sits on the tip that leads towards the Neverland Islands.
Did the harbor
Maybe
have
the-
any kind of purpose, in terms was it a landing place? Was it what was it used for predominantly, if anything?
Stuff.
Well, I'd be
I mean, does
happy
it
to
need
tell you
someone-
that, Keelan.
Why does it sound like
okay. I was gonna
stuff.
say, does someone need to be here, or someone will die?
Someone
Do we need to be hey, by the way,
No shame,
Hootie's
Bush.
on? Yeah.
It's not like a lighthouse.
I'm sure
that's what I'm
Hootie would have had all that information for you, I'm sure. So hey,
Oh.
if you run into him again, you should ask him.
That was going to be my follow-up question. Is he hanging around his house still, or he just book off?
He bolted into the forest.
Okay. So yeah, that we'll talk about. I gotta go talk
Yeah.
to Scratch.
And now, under the cover of night, you begin your long trek back. Go ahead, Barrick.
Sorry. As we begin our trek back, precisely 10 feet away from the door,
Oh god damn it!
Barrick forgets about his trap and accidentally falls back into it. Getting hoisted up by a beanstalk.
As Barrick is
All right, go
hoisted
ahead.
up, The rest of you all watch with a bit of a laugh, having completed not only your first quest, your first delivery, but also saving, technically, your first princess. And as they all make their way under the cover of night back towards Startier Valley, that is where we're going to end our session and leave it for a story for another day.
No.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good time.
Aw, so fun.
All right. Well, I've kept y'all long enough. Let's do some giveaways, shall we? I think this is prime giveaway time right now. To those of you who haven't joined already, !roll in chat right now, and you could be the proud owner of the next Mythroll dice tray / dice box. It is oh so pretty. It is also so great, and it has magnets on it, which I'm trying to use right now.
Like,
Ooh,
it's so cool, man.
magnets.
That's great.
Mhm.
Of course, you do have to be a follower to win, not necessarily a subscriber. So for any last-ditch efforts, if you'd like to enter now is the time. As always, to my players, thank you so much for joining me for the evening. Hopefully you had a wonderful experience on session 2.
Good session.
And Vea, I hope you enjoyed your experience as a floating alpaca.
There will never be anything like it.
Well,
have happened to
we'll
anyone
see
better.
about that. We'll see about that. And guys, we will be opening up the channel point for the Summon an Oopsie next week. So you guys will be able to go ahead and do so. Okay, and it looks like, are we good to roll? I think we're good to roll. All right, I will be closing it up now. Hang on. All right, I think we're all good. Closing the entries now.
Drum roll.
And can I get a drum roll, please?
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Oh, hang on. I gotta refresh. Give me a second. I'm sorry.
You're not getting another one.
I'm not stopping.
Just
Okay, there we go.
go.
I've got it. And the winner is the lovely, the talented, none other than
Great White Buffalo.
Great White Buffalo. Congratulations, my friend. You are now the proud owner of the Dice Box
Heck
/
yeah.
Dice Tower. May it roll as many 20s for you as possible. You can reach out to us, just whisper to us on Twitch, or alternatively, come join us in Discord, and we'll get all your details from you from there. But if you're not a Discord person, just whisper us on Twitch, and we'll make sure that that gets out to you shortly.
Yeah, if you're still
With
here,
that
sound
said,
off.
though, I think that's it for us for the evening. Once again, thank you so much all for joining us. And you're very welcome, Great White Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we leave you for the evening, to all the adventurers out there, whether you're finding yourself splashing in a pool of polymorph, or at the tail end of a poon being thrust in your face, I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. Guys, we'll see you next week. Love you all. Take care.
Bye-bye.